New York Giants football. The Fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
101.9 FM WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome to Thursday here on Evan and Tiki. We're with you for the next 4 hours, and we have a ton to discuss. Will Giannis Antetokounmpo be traded by the time today's show ends? Well, we'll analyze his temperament for New York coming up a little bit later on. Bo Nix really hates his head coach, Sean Payton. And I'll give you the exact time for this because I can't wait to hear it. I received an anonymous email yesterday with major accusations against Tiki Barber and some of his former teammates. And coming up today at 1 o'clock, so 1 o'clock, he'll be ready to do it. Tiki will have to respond to accusations that I'm pretty sure he's never, ever heard before.
Am I going to be informed of this before I have to respond to them?
No, I think you just have to respond honestly. That's coming up at 1 o'clock. But I know a lot of Yankee fans are pissed off because that inevitable day happened yesterday afternoon. Brian Cashman met the media. It was the big, hey, Cody Bellinger is coming back Zoom conference. Cody met the media. You may have heard some of the clips earlier today with Boomer and Gio. I've got a few later as well. Aaron Boone spoke to the media. And then Brian Cashman did his thing. And there are a lot of Yankee fans, including one we work with, that is not happy with a particular answer Brian Cashman gave. And here is the setup. Hey, Brian, this is kind of the same team. You're running it back. And Brian Cashman did not agree with that statement, and he elaborated. So, ladies and gentlemen, the general manager of the New York Yankees.
It's not the same roster. I would differ there. We have some players at some point returning from the IL that are, important players. Garrett Cole being obviously one of them. But we added a lot of weapons at the deadline and all finding their proper slots maybe and how to be utilized and deployed. And also growing pains of competing in the New York arena, getting some exposure to postseason baseball, especially in the American League. I think all that will serve us well. So I disagree. It's the same team running it back. It's going to be some differences, and the competition is going to be different too. In some cases, some teams got better. In other cases, some teams you could argue maybe got a little worse. Our division's the best in baseball. But long story short, one series, make or break is not going to define what we think our capabilities are.
Shouldn't he have just said, yeah, it's very similar, but we're going to be better this year?
Right. Well, it's kind of what he said.
But he didn't have to say we had some, like he's throwing out all these minor little things that he happened. Some midseason acquisitions from last year going to serve some valuable roles for us this year. Just say, yeah, we're the same team, but we're going to be better because Garrett Cole's going to be here, because Carlos Rodon will be healthy, because of whatever. It's a year extended for Cody Bellinger in New York. So it just feels different even though it's the same. That's what he should have said instead of making it seem like they did a lot, because they didn't do a lot. I don't care how you try to parse it.
You okay over there?
I can't. He somehow took the answer we all knew what was coming and made it worse.
How so?
All right, let's just start here.
Well, you knew they didn't do anything.
All right.
So,
point blank, period, stop. The Yankees, unless you're counting the Rockies reliever that had a 7 ERA, have acquired one player outside of the organization and added it to the upcoming team. One.
Right.
When you do that, and that player, by the way, might be the 6th or 7th starter when your rotation is healthy. When you do that, you are running the same team back. Now, I will agree with him that Garrett Cole coming back is an enormous boost, but nonetheless, it is not as if the Yankees were racking up World Series championships with Garrett Cole year in and year out prior to last year. Now, the growing pains, when he said that was the line yesterday that I immediately blew a gasket.
Why?
What the hell is he talking about? Because the guys you acquired or brought in, when you think of growing pains, Bednar was pretty good in the postseason. They didn't go to him in high leverage, but if you actually look, Doval was good in the postseason. Ryan McMahon, I sat there at Yankee Stadium and watched him hit a big home run in the postseason. Cody Bellinger was fine in the postseason. The guys who struggled in the postseason last year, Trent Grisham, he's been here. You brought him back for $20 million. Anthony Volpe, you make a million excuses for. He's coming back. You did nothing to help that in the postseason. I mean, you go on and on. Carlos Rodon, when he seemingly spit the bit at times, he's been here year in and year out. So whose growing pains are you talking about? In fact, I could make the argument they got worse. Because they lost Evan Williams and Luke Weaver, who also struggled in the postseason last year. But who's to say the bullpen's going to be any better? You did nothing to improve the bullpen beyond that. So, look, you want to tell me the big flashy answer is Garrett Cole's coming back? Brian, everybody agrees with you. But here's the other problem. We shouldn't be judged on one series in the post because they lost to Toronto.
Right.
It's been 15 years. And the Yankees have had one outlier where they actually got to the World Series, and it happened because they paired two of the top 5 best players in baseball together. They have done nothing to replace Juan Soto since.
Yeah, okay. I knew this day was coming. I knew
we all did.
We were headed to the day where Brian Cashman gets defensive about you're running the same team back, and he tries to describe why they're better. Now, I think you trust me. I'm an IBO in this. I am not a Cashman defender the way Big Mac is. I'm not a Cashman hater, with all due respect, the way you are. But I got to tell you, as much as you don't want to hear it, Brian Cashman's right. Like, he just is.
He just said it wrong. He's. I agree with you, Evan. He's right. He just said it wrong.
Well,
and so the way he says it makes the Yankee fan pissed off.
He may have said it wrong, but also the Yankees are dealing with something very unique. And let me go through what I think is really unique about the Yankees that does make them a different team than last year. Their trade deadline was far different than most teams' trade deadlines. We'll use the Mets as an example. The Mets just rented a bunch of guys. Mm-hmm. They all happen to suck, but they rented them, and they're all gone.
Yes.
It's over. When the Yankees hit the trade deadline, Brian Cashman didn't rent anybody. Every single person he acquired was under control into the future. Bednar's story is not over. Doval's story is not over. Ryan McMahon's story is not over. Jose Caballero's story is not over. And so the Yankees offseason, I'm going to sound like such a company man for the Yankees.
Happened in the middle of last season?
Yes!
Oh, God, Evan.
But, dude, you guys know I'm not. Why would I sit here defending the Yankees? I'm calling it like it is. And I know it's not popular, but their offseason essentially was July 31st. Because they acquired so many people, and it is unique to acquire that many people at the trade deadline who are actually going to help you beyond. And so opening day a year ago, Jose Caballero wasn't there. Opening day a year ago, Ryan McMahon wasn't there. Think about what your third base situation was. Opening day last year, Garrett Cole wasn't there. That's an injury-related situation. They're different and they're better.
Yeah.
Even if their offseason technically didn't add a lot of major leaguers. Where am I wrong?
No, you're not. But let's compare it to the current beast in the East, just because they beat them in the postseason, the Toronto Blue Jays. What did the Blue Jays? I'm talking Raptors because I'm watching the Knicks replay over here. What did the Blue Jays do?
They lost one of their most clutch players in Bo Bichette. You want me to start there?
And then
who wasn't there most of the postseason?
Well, hold on. He had a home run against Shohei Ohtani in Game 7 of the World Series.
Okay.
That was pretty good. And when he was there throughout the Major League season, he was one of their better players, and he was a clutch player who drove in 94 runs. To minimize his loss and say, he wasn't there in the first 2 rounds. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
How did Bichette do versus the Yankees in that series Cashman speaks of that had Bednar and Doval and McMahon?
Well, he was injured. He didn't play.
Okay, and they still beat him without. Okay, but carry on.
That's right.
With those same trade deadline acquisitions, you tell me I should go crazy about
I think the Blue Jays improved their rotation clearly.
Yes, Dylan Cease they got right.
We'll see about Okamoto. He's a guy I happen to be high on. But, okay, that's the Blue Jays. We're talking about the Yankees. And I also think that...
But don't you have to position yourself to beat the best team in your division? To win your division?
Yes,
Isn't that what it's about?
Of course.
And so for the Yankees, do you look at them and say, the acquisitions in the middle of last year, now actually your offseason acquisitions, because that's how Evan is positioning this.
No, it's true.
That makes them better than the team that they lost to last year.
Okay.
Is that the case?
No. I want to answer your question, but it's not going to be as directly as you're asking.
Okay.
So last year, the Toronto Blue Jays won 94 games. The New York Yankees won 94 games. The difference was the Blue Jays beat the crap out of them head-to-head. There's no denying that, whether it's in the postseason or it's the regular season.
Right.
This is now a new year. The Blue Jays have made some changes. The Yankees are different from the start of last year to the start of now. But also, the Blue Jays have a track record because before they lost the 7th game of the World Series, they won 74 games, and this radio station was filled with, they're going to trade Vladimir Guerrero Jr. They are not the surest of things. This core won 74 games 2 years ago. So now all of a sudden, because they have one huge year, that's it. Oh, well, they're better than the Yankees.
Nope.
Is that really fair?
No, it's not fair, but that also gets to the next point. And Cashman references several times just about how difficult the division is. The Boston Red Sox added Suarez to their rotation. They have a bunch of young guys that are also going to get better.
They also lost Alex Bregman. Are we going to leave that part out?
They did lose Alex Bregman.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what? So now their infield finally regresses back to the means that's the Yankees infield, which sucks.
I don't even know what that means. The Red Sox, to most Red Sox fans, got worse because they lost Alex Bregman, despite the additions they made to their rotation.
I expect all those young guys that burst on the scene last year to get better for the Boston Red Sox.
Of course you do, and you expect none of your young guys to contribute because you haven't mentioned Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones. You haven't mentioned that.
No, well, how about
Aren't
I see
they blocked?
Yeah, how about I see them play first, Evan?
Aren't they blocked?
I would
Where
reference.
are they playing?
Potentially.
I would reference the Yankees young guys playing if I trusted the organization to, play them.
Right. But you know what I trust about the Yankees more than I do Boston and to Toronto? Because it is fair to look at their rosters, look at their off seasons like we're doing and saying who's better. The track record. Like the Yankees' track record is that they are mostly better than all of those teams every single year.
Yes.
Last year, the Blue Jays and Yankees finished with the same record. And like I mentioned, no denying it, Toronto kicked the crap out of them head to head. But the year before that, the Yankees were better. The year before that, the Yankees were better. The year before that, the Yankees were better. The Yankees have mostly been better over the course of the last 5 years. So as we preview 2026, I think we at least need to factor in that the Yankees' track record has been better than Toronto and Boston.
All right. I agree. But here's the issue, and this is why Brian Cashman is probably the greatest magician since Houdini, because he can make you all look this way without looking the other way.
Yeah.
We are debating right now about the Yankees and the AL East. You're bringing up points. I'm bringing up points. Tiki's bringing up points. Red Sox here. Blue Jays here.
Yep.
The problem with the Yankees and the problem with Brian Cashman when he plays this whole, we're not running the same team back, this, and this. What are we doing here? Because I don't think there's a Yankee fan out there who's upset with Brian Cashman who also simultaneously doesn't assume they're going to go win 93 games and get to the playoffs.
Right.
The problem with Brian Cashman's assessment of the team is, can we have an offseason here where you're watching teams in the National League? I know we shouldn't worry about them. Leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. Let me enter opening day with the belief that there is no doubt the Yankees should be the favorite in the AL.
The problem with no doubt, Sean, is it is expensive. And it feels like Hal, over the last few years, does not want to spend like that. The Dodgers are trying to create an inevitability.
They're on another planet, Tiki, and we have to accept that.
I agreed, but they can and are willing to do it. Other teams aren't.
Right,
The
no one
Yankees
else is.
aren't.
Not to the level of the
It
Dodgers.
even feels like Steve Cohen is not.
He's not.
So
but there's ways around this.
How?
The Yankees did not have to offer Trent Grisham this qualifying offer. We could hold on, bear with me.
Trent Grisham's going to have an all-star season.
I hope he does, Tiki. Here's the problem. If the Yankees didn't guarantee that money to Trent Grisham, you don't think they could have, searched under the cushions and made the same deal for Bo Bichette the Mets did?
Probably. I mean, could they?
Is the team better with Dominguez / Jones in that third spot and Grisham and Bo Bichette in the infield?
I was always a Bo Bichette guy for you people, for the Yankees, okay? So I'm not going to...
people?
You Yankee fans. You crying, complaining Yankee fans.
Just making sure.
So I understand the appeal of Bo Bichette. And yes, the Yankees could technically match any offer they wanted. That's a choice that ownership makes. And I understand that is going to be a major complaint Yankee fans have. They're going to say, Hal didn't spend enough. But if you're asking me realistically, were the New York Yankees ever going to offer Bo Bichette $42 million a year? You know full well what the answer is. No. The answer was no.
Sure.
No. Could they have?
I don't even think on a short-term deal they would have.
No, not on a short-term deal. They weren't going to do it on any circumstances.
Right.
So we can yell into the wind about Hal spending more money. And people have a right to do it. 888-808-1019. God bless you. But if you're asking me, did I ever think it was realistic that they were going to offer Bo Bichette the contract that the Mets did? The answer is no. And you know that. They weren't going to pay him essentially it's $47 million.
The answer is no based on what they've already did. They also at the deadline.
No. They were never... Even if they didn't trade for Ryan McMahon...
That's $16 million locked up like I can't hit.
But they're not investing $47 million on a one-year deal for Bo Bichette. Call me crazy. I don't care what they didn't do.
But that's the problem, Evan. They can. There was ways to do it without exceeding your payroll.
So your issue's how then? It's not as much Brian Cashman.
No, well, Cashman also, because he doesn't have a third baseman to begin last year, goes and trades for Ryan McMahon $16 million. All these amounts
he
add up.
Did, but Cabrera got hurt.
Okay.
So it was unfortunate. Sometimes you get stuck in a bind because a young guy that you're counting on doesn't pan out for whatever reason. Either he sucks or he gets hurt. He got hurt.
I know, but I love
Oswald. I think we were okay going into the season last year.
We were okay with his production after. Oswald Cabrera's a 10th guy. He's a 10th guy. They went into last year with him as the third baseman, and then they went into panic mode after he got hurt and traded and spent $16 million here. Then Grisham's $20 million here. It's not about, I'm okay with the overall payroll. Cashman's decisions of where he allocates the money all add up, and then it leads to the team not being better here.
Well, this is where we will differ. I understand the disagreement on paying Ryan McMahon that amount of money because I'd agree with you. And I remember when they made that trade, that was the one negative.
Right.
All right, he's making a lot of money next year. You're pretty much locked in at third base. So we can absolutely quibble with the individual moves that this general manager has made. But his overall point is true, as much as some may not want to admit it. As an IBO, as an independent baseball observer, I do think the Yankees are better going into the start of this season than they were the start of last season. I really do. I think there are questions in the bullpen, no doubt about it. I feel uncertain about this bullpen, and they're going to need certain arms that we're not expecting to step up, whether it's the kid they acquired yesterday, whether it's Jake Bird, who they acquired from Colorado months ago, or it's another kid in their system, or it's the Rule 5 draft pick. They're going to need arms to step up. But
Kate Smith.
But their lineup is better going into the start of this season than it was last season. Jason Dominguez is more ready this season. Spencer Jones is a factor this season.
Where are they playing, by the way?
But that's the good thing, T.
I understand it's a good thing.
They have depth. But why is that bad?
It's not bad, but it's also it's an unfulfilled eagerness to see these people. It's just never going to happen.
Okay, I'll answer your question then. Where are we going to see him? And I love this kind of thing about baseball. When you have
Third base.
No, not third base.
Spot, third base.
We saw Dominguez taking grounders.
We saw Dominguez taking grounders in the postseason.
I know.
Third base.
They'll never forget
Surprise, shock.
Giancarlo Stanton, I got a newsflash for you, is not going to play every single day, which allows Aaron Judge to DH or Jason Dominguez to DH. I got another one for you. Ben Rice needs to hit lefties. And if he doesn't, Ben Rice may sit against lefties, which may lead to Cody Bellinger, who mashes lefties, playing first base, which opens up a spot in the outfield. I got another one for you. Sean Morash thinks Trent Grisham sucks.
I didn't say that.
You basically did. If Trent Grisham struggles, I don't care how much money he's making, that's an opportunity. So I think the beauty of baseball is when you have too many players, if you perform, it'll take care of itself.
Yeah.
Third base is much better today than it was a year ago. Even shortstop, because you're not force-feeding Anthony Volpe down our throats. And
you will be.
Not yet, at least not early.
Not early? I got good news for you. When we come back, there was something else Brian Cashman said yesterday. It was about Anthony Volpe, and it will make you smile. But we'll get to your Yankee calls. Are you in agreement with Sean that Brian Cashman has just pissed you off because he told you something that isn't true? We're better, we're not the same, but we are the same. Or are you able to take a step back and realize that despite the offseason not being the sexiest thing in the world, flat out the New York Yankees are better going into this season than they were last season? We'll get your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. What Brian Cashman said about Anthony Volpe and Giannis Antetokounmpo, a deep dive. Can he handle New York City? We may have the answer. All live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Hey, gents, if you're looking to level up your wardrobe, or ladies, you're looking to level it up for him, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank, where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. So many different iterations of it. They're all beautiful and fit so nicely. But now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. This thing is legit, sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant. Perfect for travel. You can wear it with a suit or you can wear it with a tee. It looks amazing. You just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, you get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com. Use code TIKI and get 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
This portion of the program was sponsored by DAZN.
Two global superstars in their prime square off at Madison Square Garden.
Here we go.
Tiafimo, the Brooklyn-born king of 140, looks to retain his world title as Shakur steps up to become a 4-division world champion. Don't miss Lopez versus Stevenson, January 31st. Watch only on DAZN.
Zach Brown Band.
Hi, this is Zach Brown of the Zach Brown Band.
Keep listening for your chance to score to see the Zach Brown Band Love and Fear Tour at Forest Hill Stadium on August 28th from our friends at the Bowery. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at AXS.com. It's all from your buddies and pals right here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Oh, baby, listen to that engine purr. John Montone, what are you doing in that Jeep from Ramsey? Todd, it's a new year, and I'm ready to start something new. Like this brand new 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Willys 4x4 with an incredible Ramsey lease of just $369 a month for 39 months. Two can play at this game. I'm going to start this new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. And just think, you can lease one at Ramsey for only $279 a month for 27 months. Todd, I'm loving this Start Something New sales event at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. And now, I'm ready to start my new diet. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. VIN number SC360766. MSRP $47,495. VIN number DW201758. MSRP $53,500. $29.95 down payment plus tax, title, and registration. Zero security deposit. Expires 2/2/26.
Two champions from opposite sides of the Hudson.
Live in New York City.
Tiafimo, the Brooklyn-born king of 140.
It's going down.
Shakur, the pound-for-pound undefeated prince from Newark.
I'm coming to win.
Ready to settle a score the world's been waiting for at the mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden.
Welcome to New York.
The ring and WBO Junior Welterweight Championships are on the line. Who will be king of New York? Don't miss Tiafimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Range 6, January 31st, only on DAZN.
Injured? Don't be a whiner. Call me, attorney Mark Miner. I'm Mark Miner, and I have over 30 years of experience handling personal injury cases. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. You can trust that the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman & Miner will treat you with respect and fight for your rights. Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. Our goal is to transform your pain into payment. If there is no recovery, there is no fee. We handle all types of accident cases and value the opportunity to help you. The sooner you call, the better. If you are injured, call 1-800-LAW-LINE so we can discuss how to transform your pain into payment. Don't be a whiner. Call Zalman, Schnurman & Miner at 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Zalman, Schnurman & Miner, personal injury attorneys.
Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That's 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action and get you ready for kickoff. Presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's been over 7 years since Pastor Billy Richards was treated successfully for prostate cancer by Perlmutter Cancer Center, the world's #1 cyberknife program. After 5 treatments in 1 week, Pastor Billy went right back to leading his Brooklyn congregation.
Cyberknife was truly a blessing for me
my family, and my ministry. If you have prostate cancer, I urge you to look into CyberKnife.
For an appointment, call NYU Langone's Perlmutter Cancer Center at 833-1-CYBER. That's 833-ONECYBR.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
This week's Football Hot Performer, sponsored by Edison HVAC, is Jackson Smith-Njigba. He caught 10 passes for 153 yards and a touchdown in the win over Los Angeles. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, you need a new hot performer in a high-efficiency carrier system. There's only one company to call, Edison Heating and Cooling. New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas, so make sure your system is a hot performer and save money now with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them at edisonhvac.com.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The home of Super Bowl 60 on Westwood One is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday, staying warm. I got in the car this morning, it was 2 degrees. Damn! 2 degrees, baby. The Knicks did win last night. More on the Knicks coming up in a few minutes.
Brunson flops a lot.
That's not necessary, but that is sort of true. But we'll get to Knicks coming up in a few minutes. The other thing I noticed from Brian Cashman's media availability, and I don't know if this jumps out at anybody else, but it jumped out at me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to play it for you, and you can tell me I'm crazy or I'm onto something. He was asked innocently about Volpe. Hey, how is Anthony Volpe's injury status, his return, his rehab? He's obviously not going to be ready for the start of the year, which we knew. And so Brian Cashman's update, I think, provided insight on how they're going to handle Volpe, and I think it will make Yankee fans happy. So, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Cashman.
Doing great. His rehab is doing well. He's in good spirits, and he's looking forward to, getting back and joining us when he's 110%, so we can deploy him properly. So, but so far so good. No issues on his rehab protocols.
2 interesting things. 110%. You know what that tells me? We are not bringing him back until we feel we need to bring him back. Yeah. Which means if Jose Caballero or someone else emerges as the shortstop and is playing well, they are going to really take their time with Volpe. And then he said, deploy him the right way. I think the right way may be you're no longer guaranteed the shortstop
so
job.
Part-time position player?
Until you prove it.
Huh? I mean,
that's the way I would handle him. And
that's what he showed.
Yeah.
That in moments we're okay with it. But if he's every single day and then he starts to struggle, you got to give him time off.
Which they never would do.
They never would do prior.
I think it's coming from the opposite direction now. Prove you healthy, hit down in the minors on rehab assignments. Mm-hmm. Let us have a vacancy where we're like, damn, we could really use Anthony Volpe, and then perform. And if all that happens, you have every right to regain the job as starting shortstop. But I don't think he's going to be force-fed the way he has been the last few years. At least that's how I took that comment from Brian Cashman. Now, maybe I'm reading too much into it. That's up to the people. I'm just letting you know that's how I took that little 110% deployed properly line from your general manager.
They cannot risk bringing him back too early and having him struggle and pointing back to injury. Otherwise, it's a total sunk cost forever.
Right. Yeah, no, I get you. You know what happens too. People boo him. I mean, he takes a beating from Yankees.
His dad fights with fans over it.
Trust me, I know.
You can boo all you want.
Well, still going to happen. Let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019. Steven is in Jersey City. What's up, Steven?
Hey, how's it going, guys? How you doing? I'm calling, I heard what you guys were saying about the whole Brian Cashman thing. I'm like a crazy Yankee fan, so sometimes I'm like, we got to sign more players. But I feel like this time around, Cashman has convinced me, I do feel like maybe we can make some more trades here and there, but I didn't mind the team on like the second half of the year, like with McMahon and stuff. I mean, I wish we went further in the postseason, but I think we can really make things happen with Toronto. on the winning side, I should say. And then hopefully, if we have to sign more players, we can sign more players, and I'm also one of those fans that's like, maybe we trade Jones or Dominguez, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it depends on the right deal. Like, I don't think just because Bellinger is back, they're automatically going to trade Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones. It's got to be for the right player. It's got to be for the right asset coming back, and I don't think that's emerged yet. And I don't know if it's in the rotation. I don't know if it's a young position player that maybe we're not thinking of, but I don't think there needs to be any urgency towards trading them. And keep this in mind, and this is not a defense of the move, because even when the trade was made, I hesitated on the salary of Ryan McMahon. But when they traded for Ryan McMahon before the deadline last year, that was Brian Cashman's way of not just addressing third base in 25, but addressing third base in 26. That was his move. It was a 2-year-esque move.
Yeah.
If they brought in a rental at third base, then yes, we would have started from the beginning and said, okay, go get a third baseman. But he addressed it, whether we like it or not, at the trade deadline last year.
Yeah, no, we definitely did. And he's here, and we know who Ryan McMahon is. But we also don't look at him as the future, even though the future is kind of right now. And look, I think other teams like the Dodgers, or probably only the Dodgers, look at things from a 3 to 5 year standpoint. Like, we got to build this thing for 3 or 4 years of sustainability. I think a lot of the other teams, I feel like the Mets are doing this. The Yankees might be doing this as well. It's a 1 to 2 year proposition. It's not, you're not thinking long term all the time, simply because it's so expensive. It's prohibitively expensive unless you're the Dodgers to look past the immediate 2 years. Dodgers can look out for 6 years if they want to, because of how much money they're willing to spend. Other teams aren't willing to do that.
Yeah.
And so if you can bargain it in a way, like with a Ryan McMahon deal for 2 years, and then he's jettisoned, and maybe one of the young kids comes up and does something better. That's the norm, I feel like.
Yeah. Well,
so it's actually smart, even though we don't want to give him credit for it.
Yeah, and the other thing that we don't want to give credit to, and I know this bothers Sean and others, is to use such a low bar. But I have to. The bar at third base a year ago at this time was what exactly? Was it, DJ LeMahieu? Actually, wasn't it Jazz? I'm trying to remember. Jazz was at third and DJ was at second.
Correct.
Yes. That's what it was. Either way, whoever was playing that position, DJ LeMahieu, eventually Oswald Peraza, it was atrocious.
Cabrera, really, for the whole month of April.
And Oswaldo Cabrera played it, and then he obviously got hurt. This year, the guy who's manning third base, and he is not a perfect player. He is not an all-star. But here's what I know about Ryan McMahon. He's a suitable major leaguer who, if you give him a full year at Yankee Stadium, hits 20 to 25 home runs, and he plays gold glove defense at third base. And he is significantly better in all aspects than what you were putting out there the first few months of the season. That's an undeniable fact.
I mean, Jazz, we liked his athleticism. He was out of position.
And I don't like to use Jazz as the example because
it's diminishing him, but you don't want to.
Well, because it was DJ. It was the fact that DJ LeMahieu needed to play second base.
Right.
So I think it's fair to compare McMahon to DJ LeMahieu. And
who set that bar, Evan?
No, I know you don't like the bar. I'm telling you why they're better. Like, I know you don't love the bar, but last year for a chunk of the season, the guy who was playing the Ryan McMahon spot were the guys I just described, and they were not major leaguers. Oswald Peraza was hitting 155.
All right, look, perfect example in the radio world. I'm slightly better at Loogie at doing this part of the job.
What?
I'm still not great at it. Does that mean the bar was that low? You know what I mean?
Okay. I don't agree with your assessment, but I'm going to go with you. You're saying Loogie sucked at his job? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, yes, and that's fine.
Okay. I don't agree with that.
Is it relative to time frame? Like Loogie sucked in his first month, or like
I was going overall.
First of all, I disagree with you, but I want to use your example.
Well, even if you disagree, but just think of it.
All right, so Tommy was a 2 out of 10, right? He was 2 out of 10. You come in and you're a 4 out of 10.
Correct.
Would me and Tiki say, wow,
man, Sean's awesome?
Yes!
Or would we say, he's good?
No, he'd say, what a step up.
But it's still a disaster. I don't know what the hell I'm doing back here, and Ryan McMahon can't hit.
But that disaster in the first half of the season still led you to a spot where you won 94 games. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
I do, but maybe this is where I'm getting lost in translation with Cashman and you. Why do I give a flying you-know-what about opening day last year? I care about how it unfolded in September and October. And Ryan McMahon was very much a part of that. And I didn't have it, like I mentioned, he had a home run or whatever. I don't care how much more improved the team is from last April. I care about how much more improved it is from October.
Touche. Let's go to Jeff out in Las Vegas. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, guys. How's it going? A couple of Met points, if I could.
Sure.
Quick question. Do you think Kyle Tucker's $60 million AAV guarantees Soto opts out?
I think if Soto,
that's interesting, man.
I don't think it matters for this reason.
I know it doesn't, but he is making less on an annual basis.
But remember what the opt-out is. His opt-out can be overridden by the Mets giving him a $5 million increase per year. So I think his opt-out was always based on, am I going to do better if, God forbid, the Mets say no gracias and send me to free agency?
No, that's right.
It's all about the market like it was with Garrett Cole, which is why he had to not do his opt-out. So I don't think Tucker has anything to do with it. I think the market at the time and Soto's production is going to have everything to do with that decision in a few years.
Okay, a couple things just to top off the season. Signed Suarez, the DH. He hit 49 home runs last year.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good fit. 1-year deal.
My issue with Suarez is this, and you could slap me for this opinion. You have every right to, because this could be Evan becoming a prospect, young player, hugger once again. If you sign Suarez, Mark Vientos is gone. Like, what is he here for? Suarez is an older, more proven version of Mark Vientos. That's how I would define him.
Yeah.
He's a more expensive, older, but better in terms of what he's accomplished version.
Well, if you're thinking of 1 year, he's 34. This will be year 34, I think.
For Suarez?
For Suarez.
Right.
And so he hit, I didn't realize it until we were just looking it up. 49 home runs he hit last year.
Yes.
So he was a banger. So
but when
you replace the loss of power, in a sense, if you sign him. But he's 34 years old.
And also, you're done with Vientos. You've basically announced to the world, all right, we're done with him. So that's why I don't love it. I get that Suarez is more of the surer thing because he's hit a lot of home runs throughout his career. He's had a bunch of 30 home run seasons. He also fell off when he was traded to Seattle. Like, after the Diamondbacks dealt him, he hit like 190. He was not the same player. But I think my hesitation is, I want to see Mark Vientos. Like, this is your final stand for Mark Vientos. You had the breakout year in 24 where you were the rock star. You fell off the rooftop in 2025. All right, here you are in 2026 with a real chance to get DH at-bats. You don't have to worry about putting a glove on. Right. Now go mash. And I would almost rather see that than basically get rid of him because I'm bringing in a 35-year-old or 34-year-old Eugenio Suarez. Am I crazy?
No, you're not.
Thank you.
Because, look, we don't know what Mark Vientos actually is. We know what he was, and then we know what he kind of didn't live up to a year ago, but that was also circumstantial. And now this is what we would normally call a prove-it year for you.
Yeah.
Like, show us who you actually are.
Yes.
We've seen the good. We've seen the average to below average. Who are you really?
Yeah.
And he's still young.
And I'll tell you another reason why I would hold on to him and take the risk. The Mets are a transient team. They've got a lot of guys who may only be here for a year or two, probably by design, like you pointed out.
Yeah.
If Mark Vientos mashes, he's here for a while. Suarez mashes, he's gone after the year. It's a 1-year deal for a 34-year-old.
I actually think it makes more sense for the Yankees.
Suarez?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, because you don't have enough DHs. You're right. My bad.
No, you're misunderstanding the point here.
Go ahead.
Last year, the Yankees, this was Cashman, we're running back the same team. If they're thinking about bringing back Paul Goldschmidt, I understand it's for defense. I don't know what's going to go on here with Ben Rice at first base. Ben Rice can also catch. McMahon, if he slumps, Suarez could play third. And we're also talking about a team where Stanton's going on the IL for a chunk of time. And last year, we got the death scared out of us with Aaron Judge getting hurt. At least I'm getting some protection with some pop on the roster. It doesn't mean he's got to start every day, starts 4 days a week, and I think it just makes the team better.
I don't disagree with a lot of the points you made. I guess I would have rather have done that with a guy who has a decent glove. And Suarez doesn't have that. But he's still out there. He's still waiting for a job. Andrew's on Long Island. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up?
I just want to, on the Yankees, at the end of the year last year, there were rumors circulating that Paul Skenes was possibly interested in coming to New York. So what would be the likeliness that Cashman makes a trade deadline push? And if he does, would you be willing to include guys like Schlittler and Spencer Jones?
See, that's the Schlittler one is the complicated one because he's already given you the taste. Before you answer that, both of you guys, like, would you be willing? I think we are years away from Paul Skenes being traded. Like, he will be traded at some point because that's what the Mickey Mouse organization like the Pittsburgh Pirates does. But they have him under control for so long that my gut is they're going to squeeze the juice out of Paul Skenes as much as they can before they finally realize, oh, free agency's coming.
Right.
Let's trade him.
Oh, God, he's not a free agent until 30.
Exactly. So I don't think they're in a rush to do it. And so I know this is going to be like the endless sports talk radio topic of Paul Skenes, Paul Skenes, Paul Skenes. And I get it. He's unbelievable. He's the guy you want to trade for.
Yeah, but you also have so much control if you trade for him.
I know, but the Pirates have so much control. Hence, why would they trade him?
Because they stink.
Yeah, but they want to fill their ballpark, right? They want to do that.
Yeah.
I think he's a draw.
Once every 5 days.
But I also think it's the perception of what you've done if you trade him away. They already have a horrible perception as it is in their own marketplace.
No, you're right.
I think what they're going to do is, hey, Paul Skenes doesn't make a lot of money. He's this great pitcher. Let's at least in our cheap-ish way try to compete while he's here.
Right.
And then come 2028,
right,
they're going to trade him.
And the not the speculation that he wants to be in New York. It's not really him. He hasn't said that.
He denied it. We played that clip a few months ago.
It's his girlfriend, fiance, Livy Dunn.
Yeah.
She wants to be in New York.
Well, do we even know that?
Well, she's
from Jersey.
She's from Jersey, and she bought an apartment in New York. Right? Remember we had the whole townhouse thing?
She wanted Babe Ruth. Right.
The co-op board denied her, but so she's a New Jerseyer who wants to be in New York.
How complain?
You know what? She probably made a ton of money because the NIL stuff and her individual fame. He's going to make a ton of money. They can buy an apartment in New York.
Yeah.
And let it be their pied-à-terre while they live in Pittsburgh.
Who?
A pied-à-terre.
Is that a French?
Yes. It's like a little side apartment type thing.
Oh, that's a big time must be nice spot, huh?
Damn. And I would have never known what that meant.
It sounded French. It sounded like a Pepe Le Pew thing.
It was definitely French. The real question is, because we don't know, Sean, is he even using it correctly?
I am. Because we almost bought one.
Wow, you did that well in the NFL.
No, it's just they were inexpensive a few years ago.
A pied-à-terre?
Pied-à-terre.
A pied-à-terre?
Yes. And so we were thinking about buying, instead of getting a beach house.
So basically,
it's something in France.
It's a second home?
Like an apartment.
And it could be anywhere? Or it has to be in France?
But, I mean, when you say pied-à-terre, you're assuming it's France.
That's true, yeah.
But you almost bought a French
It's transferable to wherever you want it to be.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a timeshare?
No, it's an apartment. It's like an extra
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Why not just call it an apartment?
Because it doesn't sound romantic. It doesn't sound...
It does classy.
It doesn't sound interesting.
Yeah.
Just buy an apartment. And you're like, what, you got to live in the city? Like, no, I want it's a pied-à-terre. So it's like, I'm there when I want to be there, but I'm not. I live at home.
I guess.
I feel like if I went home and said to my wife, honey, do you want to have a pied-à-terre? She would slap me across the face.
My wife would ask me what flavor.
Yeah, everyone would have different reactions to that one.
My wife would say yes.
Because she knows.
Let's go.
She's like, where at? Where are we going?
Can we look at the Eiffel Tower?
And by the way, because I know that there's this love affair with Cam Schlittler, I think that Skenes is the exception to every rule. He is the cheat, you know how like husbands and wives are like, all right, here's your cheat code or your
what is that called? The hall pass?
Hall pass, yeah. Paul Skenes is the baseball hall pass in terms of then we will trade what we don't want to trade, the forbidden fruit. So, for example, my forbidden fruit is Nolan McLean. He's my guy.
Yeah.
I'm not trading him for anything. But if the Pirates actually drunkenly call me up one night and are like, hey, Skenes, I would have to do the forbidden fruit of trading Nolan McLean. And I believe to you, Sean, and you, Tiki, as a sort of Yankee fan, Cam Schlittler, this is the one deal where the forbidden fruit would be bitten.
Yes.
At the risk of sounding like Tommy again for a second reference in the hour, I got to get the extension with it.
He's not a free agent for a decade, bro.
For 4 years. It doesn't matter.
Come on.
But, dude, he's not arbitration eligible until next year.
You can't be worried about
So if you
extension.
traded for him now, you have him for 4 years.
Yeah.
I understand that. We're operating in the Dodger world now. I'm not giving up a guy in Schlittler who I think could be a lifetime Yankee.
Now, the only thing you worry about is that you get slammed with a arbitration of 32 versus 20.
Yeah, but why are you worried about that?
Why am I worried about? Have you seen? First of all,
that's so long down the road. It's not like you're buying somebody for a year. It's not Tarek Skubal.
Yeah.
It's Paul Skenes, not a free agent until 2030.
But my point is that if he's great, wins Cy Youngs, and that you go to arbitration, and like Skubal, he wants $30+ million, and now you're paying him that anyway.
Okay, so why
not just sign him? I get what Sean's saying.
Because he's not going to accept it. He's going to get to free agency, and he's going to break records, and you'll worry about that then.
But he's already 29. How old
No, he's like 25 years old.
He's very young.
Yeah. I'll get you the exact
no.
age.
He'll be free. That's right.
When he's 30.
When he's 30, that's when he hits free agency.
Yeah, he's a long ways away.
And let's not pretend that young players don't get locked up long term.
Yeah, but
Julio
not
Rodriguez.
Not this one. This is the exception. Paul Skenes, by the way, is 23 years old.
Right.
He turns 24 in late May, and he's already put together 2 years in his major league career. I'm going to read you the numbers because they're so stupid. Rookie season, 11-3, 1.96 ERA, 133 innings, third in the Cy Young vote. Last year, second year in the major leagues, 10-10 with a 1.97 ERA, won the Cy Young. He has a 1.96 ERA through 2 years. He makes Doc Gooden look and say, wow, that's actually better than me.
That's cute.
Loses a lot of 1-0 games.
Yes.
That's a them issue, not a you issue.
By the way, the official definition, a small apartment, house, or room kept for occasional use.
Occasional use. Okay. Occasional. And it's got to be small. It can't be too big.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't you rather just try
I
different
guess
nice
it's all
hotels?
relative.
To what you're currently living
But
in.
then don't you feel like you have to always go there?
No. Why? If you
Because
have
I
a
own
beach
it.
house, do you have to always go to the beach house? You can
Tiki,
rent it out, let friends use
Tiki,
it.
you're talking to two people that have never owned two homes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that would be like. I kind of agree with Sean because my wife always brings up, wouldn't it be great to buy a beach house? I'm like, wouldn't it be great for me to make a ton more money? Like, yeah. But I would probably, if we ever pulled that off, I would probably feel like anxious, like, oh my God, we have to go to that place a lot.
I'm the same way.
I would feel that way. I would feel like we're not following the Mets anymore. We're not going on road trips. We're going to that house that we invested a lot of money in.
Right.
That's our only vacation.
I'm never going to Hawaii again. I got to go back up to the lake.
Exactly. You're right. We think the same way. Leo is in Monroe, New Jersey. Hey, Leo.
Hey, Leo.
Hey, yo, guys. How you guys doing?
Good.
What's up?
A little bit of Yankees and a little bit of Knicks, and then I got a serious question for Tiki Barber at the very end.
What up, man?
All right. Hey, Tiki. With the Yankees, I'm not so much pissed off during this offseason. I'm kind of like more annoyed.
Okay.
Like highly annoyed.
Yeah, that's like
Sean.
Sean.
Like I'm with Sean. Like I too would have loved to have Bichette, because the problem that the Yankees have now is the players that they have currently, a lot of them have to start playing up to their potential.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Wells at the catching spot. He has a lot of potential. He's not playing up to it.
Right.
The good thing that we have,
he's
though,
kind of like Vientos, who we were just talking about. He had a great rookie season last year. It was all right. Now we got to who are you? Show us.
Exactly. The good thing is there's a lot of flexibility on this team. You got multiple players that can play multiple positions. So you got Rice, who can play first and catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Wells isn't playing up to it, you got to go. You're the backup. Put in Rice as the full-time catcher, and now you got another player with a lot of flexibility. And Bellinger, you just move him to first.
Yeah.
That'll probably open it up for one of these other younger.
It's an option. No, you lay out I don't think they'll do it with Ben Rice, but he's caught. He caught a lot more in the second half of the year. Those are all flexible options that can somehow, to Tiki's point, open up an avenue to seeing Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones getting a real chance.
Right, exactly. Now with the Knicks, I'm kind of iffy with this trade stuff.
Why? Because of last night? Because last night it convinced you that Mikal Bridges is actually a player. He just got to get out of his own way. I mean, I'm serious. That's what happens in basketball.
I was at the game the other night when they were playing the Kings, and I love Mikal Bridges, but I don't know who mentioned it on the show. They're right. He just doesn't drive to the basket.
Yeah, we've talked about it now for 2 years. And it's weird to me because I watched him all the time in Brooklyn. He was a member of my team, and he's different. And we've tried to figure out why. And the theory I always float out there is that the Iron Man streak is hurting him.
Right.
He plays every game. He plays big minutes. If you look at his body, he's not big and burly.
No.
He's kind of, I don't want to say frail. That's not fair, but he's skinny and lanky.
Yeah, he's not going to go take a pounding every night and be like, I'm cool, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let me do it again. He's not like OG. OG doesn't play that game either, but if OG did, OG can handle it. Even though he's had injury issues over the course of his career. But I'm just talking about his body construction.
Oh, he's built more of a Mack truck.
Right.
But the Knicks did get a win last night, and you are totally right. And I feel this way as a fan, too, so I do not blame anybody. The second half made you think, why would I touch this team?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's not rational.
Yeah.
You have to think big picture. And you got to think about all the times Karl Anthony Towns drives you nuts.
Yeah.
And you got to remember Giannis is a top 5 player in the sport.
But then you see that one play where Karl Anthony Towns flies in for the rebounds, going out of bounds, throws it over his shoulder. Easy layup for Bridges. It's like.
But this isn't new. That's the thing about Cat.
Yeah.
It's It's like a cat and mouse game.
Right.
No
He'll give it to you in doses.
Exactly.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The suddenly hot Knicks did win their 4th straight game as they turned the Raptors into Dino Nuggets with a 119-92 win in Toronto last night. Karl Anthony Towns answered Tuesday night's stretch time benching with 22 rebounds, and future Portland Trailblazer Mikal Bridges poured in 30 points.
Yeah. Speaking of Mikal Bridges, his post-game interview with Clyde and the other guy were fascinating. And I apologize to the other guy. I always forget his name. He does a really good job. No rip. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just genuinely forget his name all the time. I'm so sorry. And he has every right to say the redheaded douche knuckle who works with Tiki. And I would not be offended by that. So Mikal Bridges had this incredible game. And Walt Clyde Frazier then asks him a very fair question. I want you to listen to, obviously, the great Walt Clyde Frazier, but Mikal's answer was very self-reflective and fascinating. And maybe as a former athlete, you can tell us what he actually meant by this. Right. So this is after the Knicks beat the Toronto Raptors, a game that they were trailing, a game that looked ugly, a game that they took complete control of in the second half, led by some of the best play we've seen in a while from Mikal Bridges.
Great game tonight, man.
Thanks, man.
When you went home 3 for 16, 1 and 9, what impact has that had on you?
A lot. I think a lot of it comes from just not just shooting the ball. I think I just wasn't playing how I was supposed to be playing. I think I wasn't coachable enough. I don't know what it was. Maybe I felt too much entitlement, but just had to kind of talk to myself a little bit about it and just be coachable, be the best team I can be, and then, let basketball speak for itself.
The entitlement game. What does that mean?
That means he felt like he knew what he needed to do. That he had his way, and that was the way that it was supposed to be and how it was going to be, regardless of what Mike Brown was saying. And so when you're not coachable, you listen, but you don't hear. And so I think that's what he's basically saying. Now, I don't know who forced him to have his come to Jesus moment. It was probably all of this noise
I was going to say
around him getting shipped out somewhere to Portland or wherever the heck he ends up going to that made him realize I kind of like being a Knick. If I want to be a Knick, I better start doing what the Knicks, meaning head coach Mike Brown, wants me to do.
Yeah, I was thinking about the trade stuff too, because Mikal Bridges has great experience being involved with trades.
Yes.
So he was shockingly, because I don't think he expected it, traded to my team as the headliner for Kevin Durant. Obviously, the draft picks were very important, but the headlining piece was Mikal Bridges. And I'm sure that was a moment of flattery.
Right.
Like, wow, I was traded for a first ballot Hall of Famer. Then he gets traded, again, maybe somewhat surprisingly, for 5,000 draft picks, which I also think was flattering. Because even though Josh Hart says they're a bunch of middle schoolers, Mikal Bridges was traded for an absurd amount of draft picks, to the point where I don't think Giannis is getting that return. Keep that in mind.
Right.
So I think, again, 2 for 2 now, where Mikal is like, wow, okay, I'm viewed very fondly around the league. He's probably on X the last few days, seeing his name and like, is this appealing enough?
And even if he's not, people are calling him up saying, hey, bro, what's up with this trade stuff?
What's up with the trade? And also his name is being talked about differently. He's no longer the key to the trade. He's a piece that's going to a 3rd or 4th team. We hear Portland. We don't know how many draft picks are coming back. It's almost like these rumors would be more insulting, especially because he's on a team that he wanted to be on. Yeah. He's with his boys. He's with his friends. So I wonder if the entitlement and the non-coachability, maybe the come to Jesus moment was doing what a lot of us do, going on Twitter and seeing the way he's being talked about and was like, damn.
Yeah, that's not flattering. Yeah. Maybe it's not everybody else. Maybe it's me. That's what it comes down to. And he played that way.
He certainly
played
did.
with an urgency we haven't seen consistently enough.
He was great. But we'll keep this in mind, Knick fans. We'll get more of the honest stuff. He's gone if this trade happens. Like, there's nothing he can say or he can do. Right. Like, I would be very, very, very surprised if a trade is made for Giannis Antetokounmpo, sending him to the Knicks, and it doesn't involve Mikal Bridges. More thoughts on that. We'll get back to your baseball calls, 888-808-1019, and a deeper dive on Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's not just about the calf injury. It's not just about the immense talent. Does he have the temperament for New York? We examine a pivotal moment of Giannis's career and put it under the lens of how would this have flown in New York City? It's Evan and Tiki until 2 this afternoon.
It's a cheer weekend. CJA, we don't play. Heading down to Orlando. I'm away. My wife's away. Everybody's away. But I want to make sure that my home is safe. So earlier this year, we turned to our partners at Sloman's. The Sloman's Shield Link system has been a game changer, combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. For instance, this weekend, while I'm away for a day, I could check on my house simply by looking at all the cameras all the way around. And if I forget to turn on the landscape lighting, I can just flick it on with a click of a button on my phone. I could also just play some music, too, for my dogs. Dogs hanging out in the house, quietly sleeping on the couch. Wake up, CJ! I got some Boys to Men for you to listen to. You can do it all with the Sloman Shield Link system. It's fun, it's entertaining, but more importantly, it makes you feel safe. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com today.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Is Giannis Antetokounmpo still looked at as a finishing touch on a championship roster, or just a swing from the heels and a curveball on the outside corner that gets popped up to shallow right? Sorry, mixing metaphors here, but you get the point. There's no one out there who has the assets available, is just a Giannis away from a title, and is willing to put up with a long-term commitment to Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm Chris Mack.
Ah, the most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file with 100% accuracy for your maximum refund. Guaranteed. Tax Slayer even has support from real U.S.-based humans if you have any questions along the way. File your federal return by February 8th for $22.99, and I'll help you get the refund you deserve. Take it from me, a talking calculator speaking to you through the speakers of wherever you are. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus continues with UFC 325 live from Australia. Catch featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski in a rematch of his epic title fight against Diego Lopez, and the always dangerous Dan Hooker throws down with dynamic finisher Benoit Saint Denis in a high-action lightweight showdown. UFC fans, pay-per-view just got knocked out. Catch UFC 325 on Saturday, January 31st, only on Paramount Plus. Stream every fight live with one subscription. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-284-1238. 800-284-1238. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-284-1238.
Chick-fil-A's new frosted sodas and floats. It's a 10 out of 10. Hey, this is Lizzie, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You will love having your favorite soda blended with our creamy ice stream to make a new frosted soda or float. With the mix of the ice stream and soda fizz, it's so delicious, I call it Fizzalicious.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't verbs.
Yeah, on MSC Cruises they are.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm into the American stuff. Let's coffee and soft serve.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe later we can chaise lounge and espadrille?
I think you mean pool chair and flip-flop.
cruise from $199, plus get up to $500 onboard credit and kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small, they've helped mark the moments that matter most to their customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As they celebrate a century of excellence, they thank you for being a part of their story, and they look forward to the moments still to come. They invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Sunday no longer a fun day? We've got specialists for that. Walking the dog, unleash, knee pain? We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies, except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm, injurylawyer.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabyte, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Wake up with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Coming up at 1 o'clock this afternoon, Tiki will respond to some very serious allegations against him and some of his former teammates. He has no idea what these allegations are.
It wasn't me.
And he'll be forced to address it later on in the program. Obviously, next week we'll go much deeper into the big game, the Super Bowl, which is almost upon us. The road to San Francisco is presented by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere, and by Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. I noticed this about the NFL playoffs, but now I can just give you a stat to back up the thing I noticed and the thing most of us noticed, which is that we have not had a lot of penalties called throughout this postseason.
Yeah.
And I've made that comment to you a few times when we've come in on Mondays like, hey, this was great. They're letting them play. Obviously, there are a few exceptions to that, like the end of the Buffalo-Denver game. But for the most part, penalties are down. Here are the stats to back it up so far, and it's incredible. The NFL playoffs have averaged 7.5 penalties per game for 62.5 yards. Perspective. Mm-hmm. In the regular season, instead of 7.5, 12.7.
Wow.
For 102 yards.
That's
compared
half.
to the 62.
It's almost half.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
False starts have seen a decline of 24% versus the regular season.
Now, part of this is because the teams are better.
Maybe.
They're more disciplined.
Okay.
They're just not as idiotic as some of the other teams
I think
in the regular season.
I think that plays.
They're better teams and they're better coached.
The Jets aren't in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly right.
By the way, 1,000% right. The biggest decline in a specific penalty. Would you want to guess that one? The penalty that's been called on the biggest decline from the postseason compared to the regular season is what?
Holding.
Holding. That's your guess?
Pass interference.
Offensive holding is the biggest downward mover. 67% decline versus the regular season. On average, 2.47 in the regular season, 0.83 in the playoffs.
You know how I knew that?
How'd you know that?
Because every time I've watched one of these playoff games where I have a gambling side on, I scream a lot more this postseason, that's holding! And I've noticed myself yelling that more.
Really?
And it not getting called.
That's why I call it. You're not calling that.
We'd all agree this is good, though, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
And I do think
you got to let them play.
And I think your point is a part of it. Like, the teams are better, the teams are cleaner. I don't think there's any doubt, but I also think it feels like there's an emphasis of let them play.
Right.
Which I think we all prefer, except when they decide not to let you play at the end of the Buffalo-Denver game. That's it. All right, let's get back to your phone calls. We'll analyze Giannis Antetokounmpo's temperament for New York coming up in the next 15 minutes. It is a worthy study, God bless you, because if you're going to give up as much as it's going to cost to get this guy, he's got to handle us. He's got to handle this city. He's got to handle the reporters. And more importantly, he's got to handle you, the fans. So we'll get to that. A little deep analysis on Giannis coming up in a few minutes. 888-808-1019. Let's go to John on Long Island. Hey, John.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you.
Pleasure, man.
Tiki, I was a big fan watching you play when I was younger. I just wanted to say that. But my point was on the Yankees. I actually agree with Evan on how it does matter that they're different at the beginning of the season. So as you went over, they had minor leaguers playing third, no Garrett Cole, Stroman in the rotation, Carrasco in the rotation, and they only lost the division on a tiebreaker.
Right.
Games in April count as much as games in September. Plus, you got to factor in Cashman, for better or worse, always addresses needs at the deadline. So I think they want to see what they have in this team the first half with the trade line acquisitions, with Weathers, with a couple of new bullpen pieces. And then where they have their deficiencies, I think Cashman will address that at the deadline for the playoff push and into the postseason. So I just want to see what you guys think about that.
It's a great point, and we certainly saw it at the trade deadline last year. The other thing I was wrestling with is who was the guy in this offseason that we were all universally banging on the table for the Yankees to go get? You know, we had disagreements. I brought up Bichette. That was a name we talked about, but it wasn't like universal because did you feel comfortable with him playing shortstop?
That's an unfair question.
Why is that an unfair question?
Because we went into the offseason with already our expectations lowered that they're not going to be in on any of these guys. So we never even got to the point of having that argument.
That is pathetic. You're blaming the expectations?
Pathetic. Yes, we are. Okay. This has been the argument all along.
Okay. I don't know if there was one for the Yankees.
Thank you, Tiki.
I think you're right. Evan.
Thank you, Tiki.
There was plenty for the Mets. Most of it was their own guys. But I'm trying to think if the Yankees had anyone other than Cody.
It was either Cody or upgrading with Kyle Tucker, which we addressed early in the offseason. I made my case that Tucker was better.
Yeah, there was no pitcher, right?
You tell me, was there someone out there that everyone wanted?
You don't think if we expected the Yankees to actually act like the Yankees, we would have been pounding the table more for Bichette or Bregman? Come on. We didn't even get to that point because we just knew, hey, it's going to be one guy. We got to bring Bellinger back. And we already went into the offseason with this is how the Yankees are operating. That's why it's unfair. For you to say that's lame, Yankee fans have now graduated to why are we going to scream and yell about this every year?
Who did you want then?
Who would you have wanted? Thank you. Tiki gets the question. You're just being,
I would have liked a massive upgrade to the infield because I don't like the idea of McMahon, Volpe as your left side of the infield.
I can see that.
Okay.
I can 100%, especially because so many Yankee fans were done with Anthony Volpe midway through the season. We didn't know why. We did ultimately because of his shoulder issue. And now he's out for however long he's going to be out at the start of the season. But an upgrade in field would have been the one, I think, acquisition that the Yankee fan would have wanted.
Can I give you it? And I admit this is a complete Monday morning quarterbacking answer on my part as an IBO because we all went through our offseason plans before the offseason. And so we're all on record for what we wanted. And I wanted Alex Bregman. I mentioned Bichette, but Bregman was the guy I pushed for with the idea of actually playing him out of position for a while at shortstop until Anthony Volpe can prove himself. And then eventually Ryan McMahon maybe getting off third base or there just being a lot of flexibility. But knowing what everyone got, so I know the contracts now, and I know the Yankee roster. I want to change my answer. And it's so true. I don't think anyone can argue with me. Like going back in history and looking at what guys got financially and what the Yankees could use, the guy they should have pushed and even beaten the contract that he ended up getting was Edwin Diaz. It would have changed everything about this team. Your bullpen would have been murder. It would good kind, obviously. I use that in baseball terms. Like, dude, Bednar and Diaz with Doval in the back end, and you know he can handle New York, and the contract wasn't even crazy.
I don't disagree.
And I admit, I wasn't
I don't think
screaming
anybody
that at
was
the
thinking
time.
about that, though.
I know. That's why I preface this with, I'm being a Monday morning quarterback.
Yeah, because
knowing what he got.
It felt okay. Bednar felt fine. It didn't feel like the Yankees, this was the biggest need that they had.
Well, it also felt like he was a lock to go back to the Mets with Cohen's money, and Cohen would just top any offer.
Yeah.
Which turned out not to be true. And here's the other way that I'll prove my point. Right now, knowing the Yankee roster, it's pretty much set. Biggest concern about the New York Yankees going into 2026. What aspect of their team concerns you the most? Because I have an answer. And I'll go first. It's the bullpen. I don't know. There's a lot of questions about that bullpen. And if I added Edwin Diaz.
I think Bednar is a good closer.
He was in the minor leagues a year and a half ago.
Okay, but
he's up and down.
He was good last year.
He was
for
great
the
last
Yankees.
year.
So, but you're right. If I was looking long term at his history, maybe there'd be a concern. But I can only look at what happened last year.
I know, but relievers tend to be up and down. Like that's their track record.
That's why I view that as less. Now, don't get me wrong. I still think it's a need. I think it's just too many ifs in the lineup.
I think Sean has this view that the Yankee.
Well, there's too many young. It's just you don't know.
Let me just give you the ifs, and you could be right, Tiki. Trent Grisham is an if. Last year was a career year. That might be the best you ever see of him. Ryan McMahon's a major if. The shortstop position, Caballero Volpe's a major if.
You can just start from one and go through it. It's like
Austin Wells, major if.
You scored the most runs in the American League last year, bro.
I understand we did.
Okay, I'm just saying your bullpen was not the best in the American League last year.
Okay. Again,
statistically, it was not even close. It was actually one of the worst bullpens Cash has built.
Evan, understand my argument. I'm with you in lockstep that bullpens go year to year. That's why I'm viewing it as the nature of the sport tells me that to be up. The nature of the sport tells me we got some career years last year that I'm not sure we're getting.
You know what else? I'll tell you a secret. And Sean doesn't want to say it because he wants to be a nice guy. He thinks the Yankee bullpen got better by who's not there anymore.
Nah, because I wanted Luke Weaver back.
Did you?
I did. I was on record as saying he was my favorite Yankee.
The loser, Luke Weaver. I don't know, man. You've turned on them all.
How did you sneak that one in?
Let's go to Bob in East Greenbush. Hey, Bob.
How you doing, Deb?
Good.
Hey, Tiki, first of all, I'm a 61-year-old Giant fan. I know what a Hall of Famer looks like, and you were undoubtedly a Hall of Famer.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, no problem. You did make me say a lot of dirty words when you had that fumbling problem.
Well, what do you think I was saying?
yeah, sure. God bless. But, Evan, I know you're coming up on Saturday. I live 2 miles from the Albany Arena. If you need a place to eat, send me back to Sean.
Look at that.
Nice.
Well, here's the only problem, Bob, and I do appreciate your hospitality. The plan is like a date night with my wife. And I think it's awkward to just go over Bob's house as the date night.
I don't think he was saying go over to his house. I think he was saying he would give you places that he knows that were good to go eat. And now you hung up with him, and now you're stuck.
Yeah, I got rid of him.
He told me off air. He said, I have a couple nice restaurants Evan would have never heard of that I think he would love with his wife.
Yeah. Damn it! I hung up on him because I thought he was inviting me over his house, and that would have been an awkward date night, don't you think?
Enjoy Pizzeria Uno at the mall now, Evan.
Yes. Have fun. Yeah, Rascal Flatts is actually, and here's what's so funny about Rascal Flatts. I love Rascal Flatts, want to see him in concert. And so we're planning, weather permitting, going up to Albany on Saturday. Here's the funny part for those that are aware.
Staying?
Yeah, that's the plan. A little night over, try to do it every once in a while, get away. The funny part is, where Rascal Flatts is performing tonight?
MSG?
UBS.
Oh.
You know where they're performing tomorrow night? Prudential Center.
Wow, you really went close.
So I chose to eschew going to those places and instead go up to Albany on a Saturday night.
Hey.
That's a Saturday night thing, though, to me.
Well, it's also if the kids call, I'm sorry, we're 2 hours away.
Exactly, yeah. We can't rush back.
We can't rush back.
And we know Evan's affinity for state capitals.
Abuelo and Abuela, they are right there with you. Yeah. They can handle whatever you need.
That's right. You don't need us. Let's go to Dylan in New Jersey. Hey, Dylan.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call again.
Thank you.
I got two full questions for you, Evan. One, with the Mets, seems like, we improved a lot. We lost a lot of players we loved. McNeil's not here, Nimmo, Alonso. We're not going to hear Narco anymore. Do you think, that lack of, love is going to affect the Mets fans and the Mets season this year? And two, with all the one-year deals, are you worried that we're going to have to do the same thing next offseason and it's going to be start slow and we're just have to hope for the best? And is that going to be a thing every year?
It feels like it will be a thing because – and I'm not concerned about it affecting performances because you could view it as you got a lot of guys in contract years, which means they're going to have the best performances of their careers. And I'm also not worried about the locker room not meshing because the 97 Marlins were a bunch of mercenaries. It worked out fine. So it's not even about that. And as far as we as fans are concerned, we don't have any affinity necessarily to Bo Bichette. But if he performs, we're going to love him.
Right.
It's as simple as that. Sports is a very simple thing. We don't have loyalty to you and we're probably quicker to boo you. But if you perform, they'll be loved. Go win a World Series, and trust me, Bo Bichette will be beloved in Mets history. But, and you've made this point early on, you do wonder long-term what the plan is. Okay, Bo Bichette's in the prime of his career. He has a big year. He opts out. Then what? Like, are you signing him? Or is he just Band-Aiding you until a young player that you have confidence in becomes your everyday third baseman, whether it's Brett Beatty or Ronnie Mauricio? And that's the part that you shouldn't get wrapped up in too much because it's down the road. But I think about it. I think we all think about it.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. You have to worry about the current and team and what they're going to potentially do, but also if this doesn't work out, what's happening next year?
Absolutely.
And the year after that.
Now, speaking of the way fans treat you, this is very, very important. All right. We are going to have lots of discussions. We already have. It will continue on the Knicks' pursuit of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who yesterday, as Shams reported, the Bucks are now listening on offers, and there's a chance he'll be traded a week from today. It's not a guarantee. If they don't get the offer they want, they can hold on to him. But Giannis Antetokounmpo poses a few, not a lot, red flags that we have to keep an eye on. Number one is the calf issue. All right. How real is it? How serious is it? We know what calves can lead to. Giannis self-diagnosed that he would be out 4 to 6 weeks. So
how veal is it?
What?
Calf.
Oh, God.
Veal.
Thank you. All right. Very good. I don't want to editorialize. That's for the people. If they think it's funny, that's amazing. Now I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Poor baby calf.
What were we talking about again? Was it Giannis?
Yeah, now all I can think of is red sauce. You go back.
So, the calf issue. Concerns about that. Obviously, the depth of this roster post-trading away the pieces you have to deal. Fair question. Developing chemistry. Fair question. But the other thing that's very tough to measure is your temperament. So I want to take you back to when the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks lost in 5 to the 8th seeded Miami Heat. What you guys remember as Knicks fans is you were so pumped up about it because you thought, wow, we have an easy road to the conference finals. We're going to get home court in the second round against Miami. So maybe you didn't pay that much attention to it. But Giannis Antetokounmpo had a very interesting exchange with a reporter in Milwaukee. And we're going to go through it. We'll pause it every once in a while to analyze. How would this fly in New York? How would this fly if the Knicks lose in the first round or the second round, and this is the exchange Giannis is having with Ian Begley or Stefan Bondi? So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the exchange, and we will stop and discuss as it goes on.
I just asked Bud the exact same question, but I'm curious. Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh, my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay, do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, provide a house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. You know, and if you've never, I don't want to make it personal. So there's always steps to it. You know, Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, it was actually.
No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no?
Yeah, it was, Giannis.
Okay, exactly. So why you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports.
Pause it. Tiki, you're the athlete. You want to, you good with this so far? We good? We're happy?
It depends on where he's not wrong. And that what he's saying that you can't look at it as a failure. It's a building block unless you're already there. And they're already there.
Yeah, they had won a championship a few years earlier.
They'd already won a championship. And so there is failure in sport.
But he said there's no failure in sports, guys. I just want you to know that.
He's also probably struggling with English as his second language.
I want to be fair about that. And I want to be fair about that, but I don't know, man. That seemed pretty confident that that's his view.
I know what he's trying to say, but he's emotional, and he's holding back his emotion. Like, he wants to scream at this guy.
Yeah.
Because this guy is probably antagonized him year over year over year with things like that. And so he wants to scream and yell and maybe strangle him, and he's trying not to. And so when you get that way, your words get convoluted coming out of your mouth sometimes. So I almost give him a pass because I can hear the emotion. I can hear like the angst. Like there's a tightness in his voice where he just wants to like use his voice and go out and strangle this guy, but he can't. So
I mean, he could. He would just be arrested.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was another part early that I don't like his comp at all, and I get it that he's speaking from an athlete's point of view, so he can't put himself in the shoes. But a person's regular career that's not an athlete, that we're talking about like 40 years. Nobody gets promoted every single year, 40 years. Just like you don't win a championship. Your athletic career, let's just call it like a decade. It's finite. It's not an apples to oranges comp to go.
Basketball, it is more like a career, like a full career. So
lengthwise, I get. I mean,
like some of these guys are going to play 20 years.
Okay, I mean, all right. I guess that's where I disagree. It's just I don't think it's the same as getting a promotion at a regular job.
Let's keep going. We'll try to cut back to where he said there's no failure in sports, which is we should put that on a T-shirt. I should wear it all.
There's good days, bad days.
Oh, okay.
Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year, somebody else is going to win. Simple as that. We're going to come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball, and hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures. No, It was not.
Yes, it was.
It was steps to it, and we were able to win one. Hopefully we can win another one. Sorry that I didn't want to make it personal because you asked me the same question last year, and last year I was in the right mind space to answer the question back, but I remember it.
By the way, he's a classy guy, Giannis. Like seriously, that
Clearly. Go ahead.
we all respect that. The concern I'd have is most fans listening right now who are Knicks fans, Giannis, and I hope you're listening. They have to win a championship, or they're going to call it a failure. And if you argue this
year,
if he gets
it traded,
bro, this year, every year you're here, and that's sports, in New York.
Hold on.
Am I wrong about that?
But is that really the expectation for the Knicks?
Oh, come on, Tiki.
It's a recent expectation.
To win a championship?
It's not every year. You're not going into the season saying the Jets' expectation is to win a championship.
I'm talking about the Knicks right now.
I know, but the Knicks right now, any improvements that they make, they obviously are being expected to win a championship. But it's not every year.
No, but while he's here, those are the expectations. 1997 doesn't matter right now. 2012 doesn't matter right now. When Giannis Antetokounmpo walks through those doors of Madison Square Garden,
that would be the only reason to bring him here. You're not bringing Giannis here to sell more tickets.
Of course.
You're not bringing Giannis here to sell more jerseys. You're bringing Giannis here to win a championship.
But he's telling you it's not a failure if we don't.
I think he's referring to the Milwaukee Bucks. That team has had issue after issue, from coach to roster to everything, every year. They're not. There is no Leon Rose with the Bucks. There is nobody who is crafting a perfect plan in order for them to win a championship every year. It's kind of, all right, we got Giannis. Let's see if we can get some ancillary pieces around him, and good luck, man.
Yeah, well, trading for Damian Lillard didn't exactly work out.
That's my point. Like, it's stupid stuff that they do.
Post-winning a championship, because they did win an NBA title.
Yes. Well, they built it to that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With Chris Middleton and everybody.
Drew Holiday was on that. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you felt it, like, building to a crescendo.
They also got lucky, but I'm not going to get into that. That's personal.
It was, if
he fell on Kyrie's ankle. I don't want to talk about it.
KD had a, size.
It's not about KD. It's about Giannis's giant foot going on Kyrie. But that's not the point.
But yes, I hear what you're saying.
He can't do that here. That's my only point to you. He can't have that press conference here.
I think the circumstances are different here.
Yeah, they're worse here. Different?
No,
they're worse.
No.
He won a title there.
I mean, construction of team. Like, there is a concerted effort to build the Knicks to a winner.
I get it, but Tiki, I agree. He has a chance to win. They may win a title. Do you not agree that if the Knicks lose, let's say in the conference finals, a hard-fought seventh game to the Jason Tatum-less Boston Celtics, more on that later, and he does a press conference, and Ian Begley, because he's a great reporter, he knows, and he says, hey, Giannis, was this a failure? And let's say Giannis does the same thing. Well, you tell me what we're talking about on this radio station the next day. You tell me what Gio says. You tell me what Craig says. You tell me what people on X say.
Let me as the athlete defender here.
Go ahead.
This was Giannis last year.
This was, no, it was 2023. So about 2.5 years
2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Was that 2023 Milwaukee Bucks team a championship team?
They were the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, so yes. They were a 58 win
And what
team.
happened?
They lost in the first round in 5 games.
To who?
Miami.
Why?
I mean, I'm trying to remember the series. I was more focused on the Knicks series, but whatever.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Does it matter? Does it matter if the Knicks lose in the Eastern Conference Finals after they just gutted everything for Giannis? It's not going to matter why. Attrition's not going to work this time. Even Tommy knows that.
No,
they
you're
have
right.
to win.
Well, only if they get Giannis.
But this is what this is about.
Right.
And I'm not telling you not to get him. I would get him. I think he's worth the risk. I do think this conversation is fair to have because I know this city and I know Knick fans and I know myself. I'm not even a Knick fan. Don't tell me this after we get knocked out. Don't tell me this. Juan Soto, don't tell me this.
I think
don't tell me it wasn't a failure and there's no failures in sports and it's a no biggie moment, especially Giannis.
I think the problem for that season, nobody saw the Chicago Bulls being that good. Nobody did.
The Bulls? What are we talking about?
Talking about 2023. I mean, not the Bulls, the Heat.
Oh, the Heat.
The Heat. I'm thinking of.
I got confused.
Right.
The Jordan comp?
No, nobody thought the Heat were that good.
Right.
And I mean, even when the Knicks played them,
I know.
Nobody thought the Heat were that good.
And look what happened.
Exactly. I went to the finals.
It went to the finals.
So sometimes it's just it's a failure, but it's almost not your fault.
Tiki.
It's almost like fate got in the way.
Tiki. If this happens here, what happens?
Oh, it's different if it happens here.
Well, that's my point. If Giannis has this conversation,
but I don't think he'll have that. I don't think he'll have that same mentality.
You think he's changed? You think he realizes different animal? I think
he realizes the Knicks are a different animal. The Bucks are not. They're not the same animal, even though they've had more success.
Right, but the other thing, and this is a quibbling that he said that is so wrong, and if you got Michael Jordan on the phone, he'd say it, or Derek Jeter on the phone, he'd say it. Yes, Giannis, the years we didn't win were failures. That was the legendary story of even the Jeter documentary when he said, hey, it wasn't the question like, was it okay losing in the World Series? And he's like, no, we're the first loser. He has that win or bust mentality that Jordan had, that Jeter had, that clearly based on that conversation, Giannis does not have.
I think Giannis also is different than the Derek Jeter Yankees. And Derek has said this. He said this when at CC's Hall of Fame induction last year, that when you come to the Yankees, there's one goal. One goal. It's not, let's be somewhat good and sell tickets. It's win a World Series, period, every year. And that's not the goal in Milwaukee.
No, but it is here.
It is here. I agree with that.
They have to win here.
If he comes here, the Knicks have to win here.
Look, the mentality, and I know where this is coming from, and this is the way I feel. When the Nets built a team that was close to a championship, I would say, and I've said it on the radio, if we don't win one here, it's never happening. And I understand a Knicks fan saying, all right, this is the closest we've been in 2 decades. We have Jalen Brunson. We may be on the verge of getting Giannis. If we don't win a title during this run, I'm never going to see it.
Yeah.
And I guarantee that's what the Knicks fan will say if this run ends unsuccessfully. Not only will it be a disappointment, but I think you will look down and say, I'm never seeing it. If I didn't do it here, then it's not happening. And by the way, I know firsthand because that's how I feel about the Jets and the Nets. That when I had Aaron Rodgers, or in the case of the Nets, I had KD and Harden and Kyrie, it was like, if I'm not winning with this, good night. I'll still watch. I'll still hope. But I know deep down they ain't winning Ugats. Is that the right phrase? Ugats?
I think it's Ungats.
Ungats. Gotcha. So, I don't know, man. You tell me, Knicks fans, you good with that? Would that be a conversation you want to have with your best player if you get knocked out early? We'll get your calls next, 888-808-1019, all live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. And one of Giannis's closest friends and former teammates reveals where he thinks Giannis fits the best. We'll hear that coming up.
Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system. There's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older systems waste gas, so get yours checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Downtown Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? Downtown Brooklyn Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-636-1000. That's 718-636-1000.
The Nets are going a mile high to go after the Nuggets. 9 o'clock tonight. The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff, the final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. This is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same-game parlay, make it count, because after the Super Bowl, the season's over, and football is officially done. Last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Question: what business couldn't use extra income? Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. With each package delivered, your business gets paid. Sign up at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Injured? Don't be a whiner. Call me, Attorney Mark Miner. I'm Mark Miner, and I have over 30 years of experience handling personal injury cases. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. You can trust that the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman & Miner will treat you with respect and fight for your rights. Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. Our goal is to transform your pain into payment. If there is no recovery, there is no fee. We handle all types of accident cases and value the opportunity to help you. The sooner you call, the better. If you are injured, call 1-800-LAW-LINE. so we can discuss how to transform your pain into payment. Don't be a whiner. Call Zalman, Schnerman, and Minor at 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Zalman, Schnerman, and Minor, personal injury attorneys.
Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That's 1-800-LAW-LINE.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, it's Tiki here. I'm constantly on the go between the fan, taking care of my kids, various events, meetings, football games. The list goes on and on and on. But one of the things I value most is feeling safe and also knowing that my family is safe when I'm not with them at home. That's why I turn to our great partners at Sloman's Home Security to install their innovative ShieldLink system in my own house. The Sloman ShieldLink system is a smart home security solution that easily and seamlessly combines safety, convenience, and most importantly, peace of mind. Whether I'm home or away, I can manage anything right from my phone. My security system, home automation, my entertainment system, everything is right there at my fingertips. Our security lighting turns on as soon as we turn our alarm system on. So whether we're home going to sleep or away, we know that we're safe and our home feels protected. Just give them a call at 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit online slomans.com to learn how Sloman ShieldLink can give you peace of mind in your home and when you're on the go, just like me.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
When this happened, you talked about it on The Fan.
I would like to introduce to you the next head football coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh.
We begin a new chapter in New York. Our focus is simple. It starts with building a team that is physical and tough, that's capable of overwhelming their opponent from beginning to end, and especially at the end, that understands how to finish.
When New York sports happens, talk about it here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Lot going on this very busy Thursday. We'll get to the football later on as well, including the latest on the Jets' search for someone to be the head coach of the offense. But we've talked a lot of baseball if you want to rewind on the Odyssey app to 10 a.m. and a lot of Giannis lately. So Giannis has had many teammates over the years. And one of the teammates he had a very good relationship was with Robin Lopez, who was with him briefly during the 1920 season and then came back 2 seasons ago. But Robin's quite a character, brother of Brooke. And he chimed in on where he thinks Giannis would fit best if he's traded. Here was Robin Lopez's answer to that question.
That Giannis's personality meshes with the Miami Heat. I think they both have that intense drive.
Do a curveball there.
That intense passion to, go get a championship by any means necessary.
Yeah, I hate that answer. Like, what, the Heat want to win more than everybody else? Because Pat Riley's a sicko? I mean, come on.
Yeah. How are we talking about Pat Riley?
Because he's still around.
Oh, he's 80. 80? He's 80, I think.
He's up there, yeah.
Something like that.
Miami is a major threat for Giannis, and I don't know if you remember this. We made Giannis trade predictions months ago.
Did we really?
Where will Giannis end up? And so we have them filed away. We've decided not to play any of them until he's traded.
Right.
So, and Sean forgot to pull them, too.
Well, don't worry. I was covered. I was covered for you anyway. But do you remember where you said Giannis would be traded?
I don't even remember doing that.
You don't remember doing it?
When did we do it? At the end of the regular season?
Oddly enough, it was in December. And my guess would be that there was some kind of Giannis report. And we all said, hey, if he's traded, where does he end up?
I think it was that initial injury where we thought, are they just holding him out until they trade him?
That's right. The first time he had the calf injury.
You know what? You're right, because it was early December, and that's when Giannis did have the calf injury early on. And so, we all went around the room and picked destinations.
I don't remember where I said.
I'm going back and forth. So this is what we call an on-air show meeting. Are we better off revealing them now or after he gets traded?
I think after.
After?
Yeah.
We'll wait till after.
Because we'll have to do it again.
That's true. That's a good point. Plus, we'll all probably change our opinions.
No doubt.
I do remember my team. And all I'll say is it would shake up the Eastern Conference if it's the team I predicted. But we'll get to that at a later date if Giannis is traded. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019, the number. Mike is in New Rochelle. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. How are you today?
Well, you're doing well.
Wonderful. What's on your mind?
Well, 2 points real quick. One real fast point. The Mets, Ev, I've been breaking it down. They're looking pretty good. But anyway, very happy about that. But anyway, the whole Giannis thing, he does that in New York. Of course, he's going to get, blown out. But you got to make the move. I wanted to keep the core together, but the core ain't that strong. It ain't going to do it. A couple of pieces around Jalen and Giannis, I think would be great. But see, I looked up something, and I know you're a Nets fan. I actually looked up the audio that you put out there, Evan. And it's not Giannis. Okay? It's Adam Sandler from Don't Mess with the Zohan. Tiki
Thank you, Mike.
Yes. It's basically saying Giannis doesn't sound like he should sound.
Yeah, I get you.
It is him, though.
It is Giannis. I also when Giannis talks, he sounds like such a nice guy.
Yeah, he does.
See, even when he's saying things
He's caring even though he's mad.
Yeah. Like, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to insult you as I'm insulting you.
I don't mean to make it personal. But you asked the same question, and I was so pissed off I didn't answer it last year, but I remember.
Yes. When he says, I don't want to break up the core, I want to ask you this. What is the Knicks core? I mean, it's Jalen Brunson, who is the clear, unquestioned king of this franchise.
Brunson flops a lot.
I got that. And then after that, what is the core? Is it Josh Hart because they're roommates? Is it OG Anunoby? Is it Cat? Is it Mikal Bridges? I mean, that's the core. But clearly, in a financial world of the NBA, you are going to have to trade multiple pieces in that to get him.
I think it's Brunson and Hart.
I don't think it's Hart. If Josh Hart needs to be in this trade, you're trading his ass. Are we kidding ourselves?
I'm not saying he's on
because they do a podcast together. No, Josh
time
Hart.
out.
Josh Hart.
I'm not saying I'm simultaneously not saying he's untradeable, but when you ask about the core, I think it's who's attached to Brunson.
Oh, you're asking who the core was.
Right.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Who would you not trade in a deal like this? And to me, you put Brunson aside, and then it's
depends on who you're. Yeah, if it's for Giannis, Mitch becomes expendable, so he's not.
I think they're going to have issues with Mitch and Giannis on the floor at the same time.
I agree. So he's expendable. So it's not Mitch who's core. It's definitely Brunson.
And he's saying it's Josh Hart because of their relationship, which, come on.
But you want to talk about what would really, ripple affect a locker room, man. I think taking Josh Hart away from Brunson, I'm not sure that that's a positive effect on the room.
Look, he'll be disappointed. We all remember the video of Jalen when they got Josh Hart.
Yeah, I can think.
But he's
But who else is it?
I think it's Jalen Brunson. I think everything else you at least have to consider. Now, I've made clear I wouldn't want to trade OG. I think he's more valuable.
Right.
But if you are making a move for a top 5 first ballot Hall of Famer and you're okay with the risks that we've laid out, then you're not letting Josh Hart get in the way. I'm sorry. Let's go to Tom in Fort Myers. Hey, Tom.
Hey, how you doing? Listen, back to baseball.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are clearly stacking up.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be a work stoppage next year.
Probably.
And, okay, probably, yeah. And after the work stoppage, the salary cap is not going to be cast in stone immediately. So I think these other teams are just sitting back and saying, let's see what happens during the work stoppage.
You know why I push back on that? What's the difference between this offseason and last offseason? Or the offseason before that? Hasn't it kind of went the same way where there's a couple of big contracts like Chicago spent on Alex Bregman. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. They do that every year. And the Mets are aggressive for the guys that they want.
Yeah.
And the small market, small teams that don't want to spend, don't spend. So I think we're putting too much into teams viewing the lockout when, truthfully, the off seasons have kind of gone a similar way. Like Dylan Cease got a mega contract. Certain guys got paid.
Right.
And certain guys didn't.
Yeah, the guys at the top are going to get what they're going to get. And then everybody else is kind of just waiting around.
Yeah.
Even Framber is still kind of waiting around.
He is waiting around.
It's crazy. We're how far away from pitchers and catchers? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. 2 weeks, yeah. Right after the Super Bowl. Get ready for it.
Yeah, it's true. And think about that. I mean, Framber Valdez was one of the he was in our list, right?
Yeah.
He's the only one that's still left in our free agent bingo, whatever we called it, list. And he hasn't signed yet. It doesn't seem like he's anywhere close to anybody.
But do you think that's related to the lockout, or is that related to questions about Framber Valdez, whether it's in the locker room or health?
I think it's all of that, including his age. The fact that he wants a long-term deal.
Keep this in mind about the work stoppage, the lockout. None of us, including baseball, has any idea what the world's going to look like in a post-lockout. I have made very clear I will be dumbfounded by the idea of there being a salary cap. I do not see it happening. Because if it does, I think we're going to have to shut down the sport for a year. I think it's going to have to be what happened with the NHL many years ago, as Sean certainly remembers, when they shut the sport down for a whole year. And then, yes, they came back with a salary cap. I think it would take
shootout.
And a shootout. Oh, that happened at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what didn't need a shootout? The Islanders whipping the Rangers' ass last night.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The Rangers have told the bread man to shut it down. Impending free agent and prize trade chip Artemi Panarin has likely played his last game for now with the Rangers as he did not dress in the Islanders' 5-2 trouncing over their ailing big brother last night. Panarin is likely to be the biggest name available for contending teams at the deadline, and the Islanders keep rolling on.
Where does the breadman, Artemi Panarin, kind of fall in Ranger history?
He is the all-time leader in points per game in New York Ranger history.
That wasn't my question. It was more like emotionally, where does he fall?
He's probably their greatest free agent signing in the history of the organization, not named Mark Messier.
How many cups did you win?
None.
How many cups did you go to?
None,
okay.
Evan.
Oh, okay, cool.
So is he legendary?
Unfortunately, for an organization like this, yes.
Retiring number legendary?
I would not be shocked if Artemi Panarin's number gets retired.
That is, come on. Really?
He didn't win anything, man.
It wasn't his fault.
Wow. Okay.
Now, listen, I would call his tenure here still ultimately a failure, unlike Giannis. But no, it's going to be an emotional night when he gets.
Are you sure he's just not your favorite player?
You know what the problem is?
I mean, honestly, think about it before answering it.
Well, Kreider was my favorite player. The reason I loved Panarin is I lived through all these, hey, the Rangers have signed this guy, they've signed that guy. He was the first guy I can remember in the history of me watching the team where he had so much hype as a free agent, and they signed him, and you were like, oh, my God, this is, like, real.
Can I ask you a comp question? Because you know, with all due respect, like most of the audience, it is New York.
Yeah, like a player comp?
I'm going to give you a baseball player comp because I'm wrestling with the same stuff.
Yeah.
And tell me if this works. Carlos Beltran. Is he your Carlos Beltran? Because what I said about Carlos is his time here, team-wise, was a disappointment. Unfortunately, he's remembered for one bad moment. He was a very good free agent signing when you look at the numbers.
Yeah.
He may end up in the Hall. He is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He may end up wearing a Met hat. But unfortunately, his time here, they didn't fulfill the expectations one had. So I ask you, not me, I don't know, I'm asking you, is Carlos Beltran as a Met a good comp to Artemi Panarin as a Ranger?
He was a better Ranger than Beltran was a Met.
Really?
He was. He was that good. I'm trying to find the perfect comp.
Should ask Boomer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You want to text Boomer?
You know what? I'm comfortable enough to actually. I haven't spoken to Boomer since I berated him Monday, but I'm comfortable enough now to text him.
Oh no, I think he's fine with that because he's convinced you didn't call him Mamdani. You called Eddie Scazzeri Mamdani. That's his view on it.
I called him a bully.
Yeah, well, I think he's over that, dude. Come on, Boomer.
Yeah, I mean, look, when a guy is a bully, they get called bully a million times. They get over it.
He loves you, man. Text him and say, do you think Beltran, because he's a Met Ranger fan, he comes from the perfect place of honesty when it comes to that. Is Beltran and Panarin a fair comp? I honestly don't know the answer. So I was asking you. Let's go to Darren in New Jersey. Hey, Darren.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're good. What's up?
Thanks for taking the call. Appreciate it.
Thanks for making it.
I'm a first-time caller. I'm a big Met, Giant, Nick fan. And if you don't mind, I'd like to get the quick pleasantries out of the way. Sean, love the shtick. I think you're great.
Thanks.
Evan, I'm going to give you the best compliment I think I could give you.
Oh.
You are great at your job.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
all I can say.
I appreciate that.
I think it's a great compliment. Tiki, used to talk to you back in the day at the dancing recitals. Oh, my God.
Oh,
in
man.
Florham Park.
Yeah,
And
those
I have a
were
quick question
fun.
for you.
Not so much so.
My question is for Evan on court spacing, but a quick question for you, Tiki. With all the success of the Kelseys and the Mannings and the I don't remember. Did you and Rondé ever do any commercials?
We did one commercial, but it was when we were playing. We have yet to dive into the post-career.
Oh, God, you should be cashing in on this. These guys are making.
Maybe we will one of these days. It's got to be right.
All right.
Not selling our soul
My
to the devil.
question for Evan.
Yeah.
Evan, you mentioned a few times on this Giannis possibility, the court spacing.
Yes.
Why would Giannis be any worse than Cat?
Because Cat can drill the outside shot. Giannis has never fully developed his three-point shot. Though I do think his numbers this year are actually better than they've been in years.
From range.
From range. But you got to remember this about Cat. He's one of the greatest big man shooters we've ever seen. And so it works.
And he knows it, too.
Oh, of course he knows it. Sometimes it's too much. So I think sometimes with Giannis, I wonder how Giannis and Mitch fit on the floor together. I know defensively it sounds great, but you don't have enough shooting when they're both
Giannis' career from three-point range.
Let me guess. 27.
28.6%.
And I bet you this year it's like 32, which is still not great.
You'd be shocked. 39.5.
That's great. No, he's having a great year.
Almost 40% from three-point range.
That is fantastic.
So maybe he's developed that shot. Somehow his free throw percentage has gone down than his career average.
That's another issue.
Yes.
That, by the way, that is another issue.
65%.
Him and Mitch on the floor, that's another issue.
Right.
Because you got two guys.
No, we saw it 2 years ago when they just fouled Mitch.
Yeah.
Hack a Mitch.
Yeah.
It was the thing.
You know what's crazy? And someone made, I think it was our buddy JR in Somerville, who's a great caller and great fan. He made this point early on, and it's so true. Giannis and Kat on the floor at the same time fits awesome. The problem is that trade involving Kat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not putting together a Bridges OG trade or something of that nature to get Giannis. Like Kat, from a financial standpoint, is almost automatically in it. But if we're just looking at building a team and floor spacing, like Kat and Giannis could actually work out pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean, Giannis is only taking a shot and a half a game from range.
Oh, there you go.
So it's only one.
Ryan is in Cranford, New Jersey. What's up, Ryan?
I don't really care about basketball that much, but I'm kind of getting into it just what you're talking about here. This guy is perfect because that's realism, right? You're not going to win every year, bro.
Yeah.
You won in 2021.
Yeah.
That's great. Who's a failure? The Jets. They haven't won in almost 60 years. I could say that's a failure. But now, the only person in the room who I think has a valid opinion on this is Teak.
You're right.
No.
You're right. You're right. I'm not arguing.
But hear me out. Teak, 2005, you were the second leading rusher in the league, 1,860 yards.
Right.
Behind Sean Alexander.
Right.
2005,
I did
you guys went 11-5.
I did have 500 receiving yards too. So
you sure did.
Thank you.
So you guys were 11-5. You won the East. You went to the playoffs first round. You got blown out by the Panthers.
Right.
Do you feel like you were a failure? You had a bomb season,
huge
dude.
Failure. Huge failure for
you?
a lot of reasons.
You?
No, not me personally, but for me, the success only mattered from a team standpoint.
Boy, Tiki just told Ryan a good one right there. I like it. Keep going.
It didn't matter what I did individually. It mattered what our team did. Because at the end of the day, you're only playing the game to go get a championship. At some point, you get paid.
And that was the question. Was your season a failure to Giannis? It was the season a failure involving the team. Your answer would have been far different than what Giannis gave.
100%. And so, especially that season, because if Giant fans will remember this, but 2005 was a emotionally laced season. Both Wellington Mara and Bob Tisch, our two great owners, passed away in that year. We were the team of record. This is what we were told from training camp by Tom Coughlin. We are the team of record for Wellington Mara and Bob Tisch. It meant something to some of us, to me specifically. So to lose at home to the Carolina Panthers by giving up 3rd and 25 draws for first downs, that was a failure, without a doubt.
Thank you very much. See, and I understand his point that the only one who can really offer a valid opinion on an athlete's view of a season being a failure is Tiki, and you offered it, and you're right. The opinion I can offer is how we're going to take this. And that's my point.
Right.
My point isn't to argue if Giannis is right or wrong. My point is I know you. I know everybody listening. We're all the same. We are sports fans. We are diehard sports fans. We love our team. When your team has championship expectations and you go out and make a major acquisition that costs you a lot, you better win. And if you don't win, that athlete can't tell you it's not a failure. You don't know what you're talking about. So it is not even about arguing if Giannis is right or wrong. It's about arguing Knick fans will hate that. It will be a problem. That cannot be said if the Knicks don't win an NBA championship. And maybe Giannis is smartened up, and he knows he can't say that. And if that's the case, good for him. Learn from your mistakes. Nothing you did in Milwaukee matters. And that's the truth. Good and bad. No one cares. It's what you do here. So if you have a press conference at the end of this season and the Knicks lose, even in the NBA Finals, and someone asks you, is the season a failure? Here's what you say. It was. Next question.
Right.
Done. You don't have to elaborate. You don't have to get into details. Yes, it was a failure. It is only a success when we win a freaking NBA championship. We'll get back to your calls coming up at 888-808-1019. Plus, what does Tiki think of the Eli Manning snub? We will find out all live from the Town Fair Tire Studios. Powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And that fan focused on Artemi Panarin was brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Back when I was playing the game, creatine was a locker room secret. I used to get jacked freebasing some creatine. It was amazing. Players knew it. Trainers knew it. Fans didn't. But now the secret's out. Creatine boosts strength, speeds up recovery, and even helps brain health. That's why I take GAT Sports' new creatine chews. 5 grams per serving, no sugar, no shaker, no mess. Save 30% off your first bottle at gatsport.com with code TIKI30. That's GAT Sport.com with code TIKI30. GAT Sport Creatine Chews. Fuel up. Compete harder.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This is Chris Mack with the Sports Minute, sponsored by TaxSlayer. Start filing for free today at TaxSlayer.com. Travesty, injustice. You'd think Bill Belichick was being drawn and quartered in the town square. The guy had his right-hand man devise an intricate plan for stealing other teams' signs illegally and got caught. No, by the way, never won a thing without Tom Brady. He can wait a year to get in the Hall of Fame. I'm Chris Mack.
Oh, hello. It's me, the calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. And let me tell you, I love numbers. 1040s, 1099s, W-2s, all of them. With TaxSlayer, anyone can file a federal return for just $22.99. You'll get 100% accuracy and your biggest possible refund guaranteed. Now those are great numbers. Need help along the way? We've got US-based real human support. File by February 8th for just $22.99 and get the refund you deserve. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Mostly sunny, but very cold. High 22.
Weather brought to you by Staples. 2026 is here, and at Staples, deals mean business. Like up to $100 off custom print orders. Head into the new year looking good for less. Staples. That was easy. Ends 1/31.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't verbs.
Yeah, on MSC Cruises they are.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm into the American stuff. Let's coffee and soft serve.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe later we can chaise lounge and espadrille?
I think you mean pool chair and flip-flop.
Cruise from $199 plus get up to $500 onboard credit and kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Gold is now over $4,800 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. If you need cash to help pay bills, then go to the Estates Roadshow. They're buying gold and silver, old rings, chains, even broken jewelry. Don't wait, cash in while gold and silver are hot. The Estates Roadshow is happening Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, Old Bridge at the Hampton Inn, and in Toms River at TMT Cash for Gold. Get cash in your hands this week in Staten Island, Old Bridge, and Toms River. For more info, visit estatesroadshow.com.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Every morning, we rise and shine. Make breakfast and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus continues. Live from Australia. Featherweight champ Alexander Volkanovski.
He is an animal.
Defends his belt at home in an explosive rematch against Diego Lopez.
You gotta be kidding me!
And the always dangerous Dan Hooker.
Yes.
Throws down with powerhouse Benoit Saint-Denis in a high-action lightweight showdown.
Oh! There's never been anything like this.
Let's go. UFC 325, Saturday, January 31st, only on Paramount Plus.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
The home of New York Giants football, The Fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
1019 FM WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station.
Nooner here on The Fan. Evan and Tiki for another 2 hours. The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris Big Mac McMonigal coming up at 2 o'clock. Eli Manning is not a Hall of Famer. Now, before you give your opinion on this whole thing, can I tell you what bothers me that really has nothing to do with Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame, but it does have everything to do with Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame?
Please tell me.
Why is this leaking out? Like, can there just be an announcement? Like, the big show, the NFL honors? Like, I don't like the Bill thing leaking out, the Belichick thing. I don't like the Eli thing leaking out. It's like the NFL schedule release. Just give me the schedule. Right. Don't leak it out one by one. And so I know that Giant fans all have their opinions on this such, and we'll get to it. But that actually bothers me more than these announcements. Like, make it the show, the NFL honors, we watch it, and then we dramatically find out he's in the Hall of Fame, he's not in the Hall of Fame. So now that I'm off my soapbox, your thoughts?
Yeah, but you'd find out before NFL honors. NFL honors is when it is just kind of displayed, right?
No, I think it's when they're supposed to announce it, isn't it? Am I getting that?
They used to give like the whole pony show about like knocking on the door and everything. That would always happen the night of the NFL honors. Now, unless that was pre-taped and we never knew about it.
Yeah, it was pre-taped.
Definitely, because Rondé's was pre-taped. Because I knew before Rondé because he had to tell his wife and make sure that he was home. And then Derek Brooks came and knocked on his door. But that was a week or so before.
Well, I think, you know what? Honestly, I think you're right in this regard. I think in the past, it would come out like on a Saturday afternoon before the Super Bowl. But I think lately they've tried to make it an event. My only point is just give us the results like baseball does.
No, I think I
like how they do that.
Well, no, here was the issue. They used to do it. You would come to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they'd have all of the finalists at the Super Bowl.
Right.
And if you got your door knocked on at whatever hotel they had you staying in, you made the Hall of Fame.
Right.
If you didn't, you didn't.
Yeah.
And so now there's 10 guys that aren't getting their doors knocked on, and they're pissed off, whatever. It's just
disappointed.
It's worse than disappointing. It's disheartening.
Like, why did you drag me?
You dragged me to wherever the Super Bowl is, and I'm just sitting in my hotel room. All right, open up the scats.
Yeah.
Like so they made it so that they tell you before, and they film it, and then they have a documentation of it. So I don't know who leaked it, but
I don't like the leak. That's my only point. I think that like baseball did their announcement with Carlos Beltran and all that. And it was like dramatic. Like you put the TV on, you find out. We had an idea they were going to get him, but it wasn't leaked out. And so,
well, I mean,
I know it's a first world problem. I'm just expressing it.
It's the winter of Ian O'Connor, by the way.
Right. Well, they need to do this like the Baseball Hall of Fame does it. Like the Baseball Hall of Fame, they tell you, we're going to call everybody. You can be wherever you are. And I remember this because Tracy was at Cece's house waiting for the call. And they kind of had an idea that he was going to get in, and then they got the call, and everybody celebrated with him in his own way of celebrating. It could be just you and your wife just having a glass of wine, sitting on the couch on the backyard in Southern California, or you could go have a party.
I like it that way. That's better,
too. It's better that way as opposed to what the NFL is trying to do, which keep it secret to the NFL honors, but people are going to find out because they already know. And so, I mean, it is what it is.
No, I get you.
All of these are flawed. And the Bill Belichick thing became a humongous thing. But the reality of the Bill Belichick thing is do we know that Bill Belichick is done coaching?
No, I think he wants to coach.
And so the NFL, the Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame, does not want an active coach in the NFL, in the Hall of Fame.
I think that played a role here.
How could it not?
Just shut the up.
They almost had it. They almost had it with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
He was a finalist.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if this happened a year later?
That'd be crazy.
Phillip Rivers playing for the Indianapolis Colts a year after gets into the Hall of Fame. It's just they don't want that.
Happens in wrestling all the time.
Okay, but it's not. That's fake. This is real. I know people are trying to blame this all on Deflategate and all these stupid, nonsensical stories because they have no idea what the hell is going on, and they have to make an excuse. In the absence of one, they create one. Is Bill Belichick done coaching in the NFL? You can't say definitively no.
Just shut the up.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
I think the problem is we could say definitively no. Bill can't.
I don't blame him.
Well, no one league can't. And by the way, we know that this is somewhat changing the process because there was a notification this morning, a press release, news release by the NFL Hall of Fame. Not the NFL, the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they lectured everybody.
The statement on media reports related to the Hall of Fame class of 2026, essentially saying that if anyone who is a Hall of Fame voter has done anything that has violated the selection process bylaws, action will be taken.
I like that.
That is basically that they'll be removed.
Yeah.
And so it's probably time for some amendments on how the selection process works. I'm not saying anything deeper than that, but I think you can get to the point of what it means.
You know what's crazy, Tiki? I've heard so much crap in the last 24 hours about Bill Belichick, and the reality is, and I think we share this view, calm down. He's a Hall of Famer. He's going to get in. There's a lot of fake outrage about this.
Of course it is. They changed the rule for him.
Right.
But he's not done coaching.
Well, I think that answer is actually the best answer.
It is the answer.
Even if it's the answer, but it's also like an acceptable answer, even if we don't agree with it. The Spygate thing pisses people off. The punishing him thing pisses people off. The I need to vote a certain way so other guys get in pisses people off. If you just simply say, we're skeptical he's done, and we don't want an active Hall of Famer coaching, which I don't think is a big deal, but fine.
Right.
Then
It just goes into the thought process of some of the selectors.
Okay.
And now we also know that the selection process has changed for coaches, contributors, and the veteran players. They are all now lumped together.
Right.
You can only vote for 3 of them. Whoever gets the number one, whoever gets the most votes out of the legends, like the guys who haven't gotten in at a regular time, the contributors, and the coaches. Whoever gets the most votes, that one guy goes in. The next 2 that go in need 80% of all the remaining vote.
Wow.
And so it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's hard on purpose.
No, I get you.
So it's not easy.
Sometimes there's a conspiracy theory that isn't real, but man, you'd love for it to be real because it's funny and it makes you smile.
Right.
Craig had a conspiracy theory.
Makes you feel like you know what the hell is going on.
Yes.
Trust me, Craig and everybody else has no idea what the hell is going on.
The conspiracy theory he was quoting is that this was all orchestrated by Robert Kraft because he doesn't want to go into the Hall
By the
of
way,
Fame with
Robert
Bill.
Kraft is going in and is in the same class.
So do you buy that conspiracy that he worked secretly behind the scenes?
No, but think about it. It makes it a tough mental gymnastic conversation for the individual voter.
Yeah.
You have Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, Tom Coughlin, the 5 or so veteran NFL players. You have other contributors who are front office people, whoever it may have been. Like there's a list, and you have to pick 3 of them.
Yeah.
Minimum 1, max 3.
Yeah.
And so now you're saying, all right, well, Bob Kraft deserves the Hall of Fame, but okay, I want to vote for him because of all that he's done for not just the Patriots, but for the expansion of football around the world internationally. And Bill deserves it too, but you know what? Bill might coach again. So
Bob's still owning. Doesn't that count? He's still owning. I still see him in that box. That stupid smile.
Contributors are different.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's different.
Now, you guys obviously are Giant fans. You're a Giant legend. Eli not getting in, your thoughts. Floor is yours, guys. If you want to complain, if you want to agree, tell me what you got to do.
There's a lot of guys waiting to get into the Hall of Fame. It's hard to get into the Hall of Fame. It just is what it is. Does Eli deserve to be a Hall of Famer? Sure. Is he going to be a Hall of Famer? Sure. Eli also had no All-Pros. So it's the metric is changing. Just telling you.
No, I agree.
He will be a Hall of Famer. It's okay if he waits.
I agree. I was listening to Tommy last night, who was very passionate about it, and I respect it as a Giant fan.
It's faux outrage, though.
You think Tommy was faux outrage?
I think a lot of this is faux outrage.
Yeah, he was a little faux-y last night. But what happens is you can find things, and Tommy did a great job of doing this, so I give him credit, I guess, of, hey, the list of two-time Super Bowl MVP quarterbacks is this. And, of course, Eli is right next to some of the all-time greats.
Right.
But what he left out is what you're saying, and I'll say. The rest of his resume is not first ballot Hall of Famer. It's borderline. That's just the truth, and that's not to be a jerk. I love Eli, and at the end of the day, I think I agree with you that he's a Hall of Famer. He'll get in. We're good. But he was not slam dunk. Like, you look at the career numbers. You look at, was he ever the best individually in a season? Like, those are the things that Tommy left out that you would probably leave out too if you're making the case. And I get it, but if we're looking at the big picture and we're being fair, and I know it's tough to be fair sometimes, but we should be. That doesn't mean we don't love Eli. You love Eli. I respect Eli. We're not crapping on Eli, but we have to be fair. And he's not slam dunk. He'll get in eventually. We'll all be happy. But no, I don't think we should lose our minds over how come he didn't get in first ballot. Well, we don't know why. Because he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
All right, so I'm not, outraged because, I get what everybody's saying. My outrage comes with, I think that the voting process and the voters and, the fan argument that comes with it, I think we've gone too far the other way with Eli. Where now I actually think Eli, if you really think about it, break down everybody's arguments against him, is underrated in his career. Do I think he gets, when we bring up All Pros, punished because he happened to probably play in the greatest quarterback era that we've lived through with some of his peers?
You're compared to your peers,
hold
Sean.
on. Let me. I'm going to read you a list.
Okay.
Willie Anderson. You don't know enough about him.
Right.
He's a Hall of Famer. Drew Brees. Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Jahari Evans. Again, you don't know enough about him. He's a Hall of Famer. Larry Fitzgerald.
Hall of Famer, yep.
Frank Gore, second leading rusher in the history of National Football League. It's exactly 16,000
You're more
yards.
of a Hall of Famer than Frank Gore, bro.
It doesn't matter,
I'll
but
say it
he's there. He's the finalist. I'm reading you the list.
I'm just saying.
Torrey Holt, Luke Kuechly, Eli Manning, Terrell Suggs.
Yeah, this is tough, bro.
Adam Vinatieri, who is a Hall of Famer.
He is,
I understand
right.
he is.
You want to
So is
talk
Eli.
about winning Super Bowls?
I know.
How many Super Bowls did Adam Vinatieri's leg win?
3.
Exactly. And forget the championship games and all the other games leading up to Adam Vinatieri, who played for 20-something years, Hall of Famer. Reggie Wayne's been waiting for a decade, it feels like. Kevin Williams, again, you don't know enough about him as a D tackle. He's a Hall of Famer. Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, Marshall Yanda.
That's a tough list.
So
no, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I think Eli
he's
belongs on
demonstratively
this list.
better than all those guys?
Not all those guys,
No.
but hold on. But we're missing the point. I'm not diminishing those guys when talking about it, nor am I saying that Eli shouldn't wait any longer. My only point is I think some of the arguments as to, that's a better argument. It's just, hey, look at these other peers. Luke Kuechly's not a better Hall of Famer than Eli Manning. If Luke Kuechly got in, I would have that issue. I just think that we've gone so far in attacking Eli's well, he did this, he did that. His interceptions went up because he didn't give no Fs and was trying to throw his team back into games. He finished 500, sure, okay, now this is totally a win-loss thing. We all saw what happened at the end of his career. My worry now, though, has become I'm not so sure that Eli does get in before the Veterans Committee, and I think that's the trap.
No. Veterans Committee it's 20 years, dude.
I know.
He's got a long time.
Okay, but
before you're talking about, the Veterans Committee's got to let Eli Manning in. That's a long time.
I agree that it's a long time.
My candidacy is probably Veterans Committee.
Yeah, and you should be in too in this normal part.
That's not even a conversation. I know why it's hard for me to get into the Hall of Fame, but for Eli, it's not gonna go that long.
I agree with you.
I just promise you, it's not.
He's going to get in, but I think that list is actually better evidence than me going through any kind of statistics.
But do you think that list? Do you think that list is going to get weaker?
Just so you know, the Pro Bowl has been invalidated as a measure of NFL achievement in the regular season. Whatever they're doing right now, it's invalidating it. So take this with a grain of salt. Luke Kuechly was a 7-time Pro Bowler. Luke Kuechly was a 5-time All-Pro.
That's the key.
He's the 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. He was the Pro Football Writer or AP Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Right there,
he was
he's
on
already
the All
done it. Yeah.
2010s team. So you might want to correct yourself when you say that Luke Kuechly is less of a Hall of Fame candidate than Eli Manning.
That resume is loaded.
By the way, you guys are taking this as a knock on Kuechly, but this is my argument for Eli. If Eli plays in the generation before with Aikman and Favre, he's a top 4 quarterback of that generation.
You can't do that.
Okay, but this is my point.
That's not how it
Okay,
works.
but also his statistics where we load him up as
I know.
top 10 in passing yards, top 10 in touchdown, all that stuff is because of the era he played in.
Sure. But he's also not ping-ponging in a dome in San Diego like Phillip Rivers. Look, I know this is my fundamental argument with the Hall of Fame. I get why people say compare him to
Rivers
peers.
didn't play in a dome.
I said San Diego. Perfect weather the whole time. Half of Eli's games are played in the windiest stadium in football.
You're really grasping. Bro.
I know.
Look.
And you know what's funny?
But
We
this is
both
why it's not
agree-
apples to apples,
but,
man.
Sean, we both agree he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
We're just saying, and I thought that was laid out perfectly, especially when we went through the list. It's just really tough
It's
to get
hard
in.
to get in the Hall of Fame, dude.
I believe it. And you know
he's
this better than me. I get it.
And as great as Eli was, he's not the slam dunk guy. He's
And we
just
know
not.
and we know the argument. So I think the issue that's now starting to arise, because this will blow your mind because you won't think of this. Simeon Rice has more sacks than J.J. Watt.
I think Simeon Rice should be in the Hall of Fame.
Has he ever been in the conversation?
No.
Simeon Rice has more sacks than J.J. Watt. And so it is not about statistics. It is not about this guy did this or this defensive player of the year. It is what makes you unique and uniquely qualified to be a Hall of Famer. That's what it's becoming. And, it's because I made Luke Kuechly 5 All-Pros. I was the best linebacker in 5 of the 12 years or 10 years, whatever he played, in the NFL. The best one. Half of my career, I was the best linebacker in the game. You know what? That's pretty damn unique. Luke Kuechly's probably getting in the Hall of Fame. I'm just telling you. And I don't know because I don't know. But when I look at his resume, it jumps off the page at you, and it makes him unique relative to some of these other names.
All right. I mean, again, I can't. It's just we're just going to catch his tail. I just think I hate the peer argument. That's been my biggest anti-Hall of Fame argument, and that's not an Eli thing. It's in everything.
I think in sports, I do this when you go back centuries, not centuries, but decades, the guys we didn't see. I always say, if we're talking about a guy who played baseball in the 1930s, in fairness, you have to compare them to their peers. That is the fairest way.
I would compare him to Hall of Famers. He's more of a Hall of Famer than Kurt Warner is.
Okay, because the eras are very different. And so that's the best way to do it. So to say, well,
Kurt Warner was so unique.
I know. He had the MVPs and
so unique in his time.
You know what Kurt Warner is? I'll give you a baseball analogy. He's got a little Sandy Koufax in him. He was so good for such a short period of time and had such success. His story also was ridiculous. And that adds to it. Let's be honest.
That's T.O. I mean, TD.
Terrell Davis. Same example. Right. You had a better career than Terrell Davis, but he
it
had
doesn't
the
matter.
story. Right.
The problem I have, and I'm sorry now because I'm thinking baseball, it's the inconsistencies with it. How good do you have to be for a short period of time to supersede not doing it long enough? Sandy Koufax is the guy you put on the top, but Johan Santana has a really good Hall of Fame case. He never got a fair hearing.
Hold on.
Even though...
I'll tell you. Yeah. If Eli had stopped playing football in 2011...
He gets in.
He's Hall of Fame.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Playing it out hurt him more?
Probably.
Or just walked away. Said, I'm done.
I'm good.
I got 2 Super Bowls. I'm good.
Because you now focus on the regular season and the rest of his career as opposed to
that's a great question.
The 2 amazing Super Bowl runs that he had.
You know what else that does?
And Kurt Warner gets defined by the greatest show on turf. Terrell Davis gets defined by these 2 amazing Super Bowl seasons back to back. One of them was for 2,000 yards. He was the best player and helped John Elway go back to back. He gets defined by that little moment.
Very quick.
If he had played another 8 years and just accumulated, but was sub-average, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, but you know what bothers me about that? You're right. But then you got, not to pick on anybody in particular, but then you got Frank Gore, who, let's be honest, the only reason he's there is because he played an absurd amount of time.
Right. He's an accumulator.
Which I give him credit for.
But accumulating is hard.
Yeah, no, I get you.
He was never the best player at the position.
So the word around here is a compiler. Okay, he was a compiler.
And
just compile.
And how about Eli's freaking Iron Man streak? It doesn't play in at this position.
I got you.
Is there every single Sunday in doing this?
You'll be all right. Okay, you'll be all right. Eli will get in eventually. I'll take you up to Canton. We'll have a nice breakfast together, and you'll be okay.
Tiki, just so you know, I spend a lot of time on social media fighting this passionately for you, too, as well. It's not just Eli.
No, I know why I'm not in the Hall of Fame. It's all good.
We got to make sure we get all the Jaguars in first.
Let's get to your calls. A lot on the table. We've hit a lot of variety of subjects over the first 2+ hours. 888-808-1019. John is in Staten Island. What's up, John?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Interesting conversation y'all were having about Giannis.
Yes.
And in terms of his response about failure. As an athlete, anytime you don't win a championship is definitely a failure. But I think in his response, he took it from like a fixed mindset, right? Like he internalized that as a personal attack on him being a failure or him being the reason why the team didn't win the championship.
Right. That's why he got upset. That's why he got upset. You're right, John.
Absolutely. And also the response from the reporter that he remembered that from the previous year. I think anytime you approach a season and talking about failure, you got to take the Michael Jordan, Derek Jeter approach in terms of growth mindset and say, you know what? You deflect that attack that the reporter kind of saw he was internalizing it, and you just say, you know what? I accept that as a failure.
Right.
And you know what? We're going to improve to get better. And you always let them know that you're always reaching to win the chip, or you're always reaching to win, so that they can't use that against you and continue to needle at you like that. So he has to really hone in on how he responds in terms of if he comes here, any big city, if it's Miami too, because they are a championship organization.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You got to definitely look. He has to look at it from a growth mindset and say, you know what? We didn't win. It's a failure. I take that on my shoulders, and we're gonna work to get better. That's how you got to respond.
It's very well said, John. And I think his answer is more of a reason why he should just stay. And the reason I say that is in Milwaukee, he got him a championship.
Right.
He will be king there. Doesn't mean they aren't upset over down seasons. Like, I don't know what the recourse was in Milwaukee for those comments. I know what we said nationally. But he's a king there. He's won a championship. That team had a drought of 50 years. Like, God bless him. No matter where he goes. Like, think about the rumor teams. Think about it. Let's go through them real quick. The Miami Heat. They've won plenty of titles. They had the Heatles. You better win. The New York Knicks haven't won a championship in 50-plus years like I talked about. They better win. The Warriors. We're hearing so much about Golden State. You don't think they better win there? They're not that far from a dynasty. The Raptors, we hear about Toronto. Oh, you don't think they need to win? Kawhi walked through that door, and it didn't take much time for them to win an NBA championship. So you can name the city. You can name the franchise. You got to go there and win. And I hope Giannis understands that. That's what happens when you become one of those transient NBA players who goes from team to team chasing championships. You better win a freaking championship, because if you don't, you're going to hear it.
No, you're right. You have to, especially if you come here, because the expectation is win a championship. The only reason we want you here, Giannis, is to win a championship.
Amen. There are very few destinations he could go to where winning a title is not like the end of the world. Like if a younger team took a risk on trading for him, they won't. But the Nets, then yeah, he could come here, put up monster numbers, and it's like, they don't win a title. Who cares? Right. Now, let me just make this very clear. Sean Marks, if you're listening, if you do that, leave this city immediately. Okay? I want no part of Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that's not a knock on him.
So what
it's
you're
where
saying
the
is
franchise
you'd rather have you or Yeoman than Giannis.
Yeah. I mean, Giannis is 31 years old. He's a wonderful player, but I think a team that's closer to a championship should go after him, not a rebuilding team.
I 100% agree.
By the way, if the Nets traded for Giannis, I'd want to sit him for the rest of the year so he can keep tanking. That's literally what would happen.
Hey, get that calf healthy. We'll be good. You can sit down. All good. We got you. You're going to get paid. You're fine. Actually, you know what? You can go back to Greece. Go sit in the hot tub or something.
Away.
Right? You're fine. Just come back ready to go next year.
Exactly. Is that good for the NBA, by the way?
Not at all.
That's what the Wizards are doing with Trae Young.
Uh-huh.
They said, hey, we can't get too good. Can't have that pick turn into a Knicks first-round pick. Let's go to Joe in Miller Place. Hey, Joe.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
All's good.
Good.
This one's really for Sean, but I don't know if you heard that the Yankees signed Joey Gallo to a 1-year minor league pitching contract. I wanted to see what his thoughts were about that. I know he's a big Joey Gallo fan.
There's no way that
I am not taking the bait on this.
There's no way that happened.
There's no way that Joey Gallo. First of all, that would be a huge story if Joey Gallo was signed to a pitching contract.
Hold on.
Joey
Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
Guy's right. Just broke. Joey Gallo to the Yankees. He's going to pitch for the Yankees.
I was born on a day, and it was not yesterday.
It's not true. It's not true. There was actually, and I'm not sure if our last caller was playing around or he fell for a fake account. There was a fake account yesterday that said the New York Yankees are signing Joey Gallo to a 1-year minor league contract. It was a fake story. But you know what's crazy? So Joey Gallo is trying to pitch. That is a true story.
Yeah.
He is converting. If the Yankees sign Gallo to a minor league deal to pitch, it is a no-biggie moment.
Are you serious?
It's a no-biggie moment.
No.
Because it's in the minors, and it's not going to ever see the light of day.
And if he does, it means he's earning it. What's your problem over there?
Joey Gallo's biggest issue with the Yankees was, and it's just, I'm not trying to discount mental health. He mentally shriveled up and couldn't leave his apartment in New York.
That was because he's not in control as a hitter.
Oh, my God. You think he's going to be in control at the Mountain Yankee Stadium?
I mean, at least he has the ball in his hand.
But he has no balls in his hand.
When I say he's not in control as a hitter, he's mind effed trying to figure out what's his pitcher doing to me. I hit the ball hard though, right at him, right fielders. At least that's what the story was. But as a pitcher, you're in control.
He's in control of Jack.
Careful up there.
Listen, good. I hope.
Isn't it easier for a pitcher?
I can't say that. There's so much pressure.
Wasn't easier for Rick Ankiel.
When you have the ball in your hand every single pitch in that moment, I can't say that that's easier. I've seen too many guys at Yankee Stadium just shrivel up like that who aren't built for it.
But it could be empowering.
Listen, you know what? He wants to go continue his career. And I'll Evan you for a second. You want to go continue career as a pitcher? I wish you nothing but this. I don't hate the person. Go do that with the Texas Rangers again. You want to go back to Texas? Do that. Go do it with the Colorado Rockies. Don't waste and that would be the worst. Brian Cashman, do not waste my time. Wait, listen, maybe we got something. No. Joey Gallo stays the hell out of Somerset.
Bro, it's a minor league deal. Why would it matter? I take him on a minor league deal. I got no issue with it.
Because even if he proves himself in the minor leagues and he gets here, all it will take is one slider the wrong way where he's completely devastated. Like, it just cannot happen here.
Okay.
Don't even try it. Go pitch for the Ducks.
I want to make it clear that did not happen.
So why discuss this?
Because he tried to provoke you.
On a day after Brian Cashman says, and that would be the big addition, right? Oh, Joey Gallo, he could come on in August to be in the pen. Could you imagine those gates opening in October, and here comes Gallo with a, let's just call it a 4.2 ERA in a postseason game? What do you think? You think we're going to sit there cheering, eating the popcorn like no biggie?
I think Big Mac would sit there cheering.
Of course he would.
No biggie.
Of course he would.
I think it would be a no biggie, but that's just me. Let's go to Victor in Sacramento. Hey, Victor.
Hey, guys, just real quick, no Barber, no Manning, no Coughlin, no Belichick, in the words of Joe B. What a disgrace. But anyway, a couple of Knicks points real quick, if you allow me to. So, Giannis, I think as New Yorkers, we would be more patient with him and his temperament, because he's done something in the last 5 years that we haven't done since 1999, make the NBA Finals. He's done something in the last 5 years that we haven't done since 73.
You know why that? But Victor, you know why I don't think? You know why I don't think that matters? Because he did it somewhere else. It's like asking me as a Met fan, "Hey, Juan Soto took the Yankees to the World Series 2 years ago. Who cares? He didn't do it for my team. It's about what you do here. Fair or not?" So I disagree with you. I don't think Knick fans would be patient. I think Knick fans are past patience, even with the current roster they have right now, with Cat and Mikal Bridges safely being here, unless they're traded. Like, Knick fans want to win. Like, you can sense the difference in tone when we talk about them now versus a year ago or 2 years ago. There was a lot of, the Knicks are back. No more of that.
Right.
They're clearly back. They're really good. No one's denying that. Now it's about winning a championship. And if you give up more talent and more draft capital, not that they have a lot to trade, the pressure only rises. So I disagree with that. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. That is the toll-free telephone number. Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho. And is it true that Bo Nix hates Sean Payton? We'll take a listen and analyze. Now, mark your calendars, New York. This Saturday, two world champions in their prime collide at the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden. Brooklyn's own Teofimo Lopez, reigning king of 140, faces Newark's undefeated pound-for-pound superstar, Shakur Stevenson, in a showdown the sport has been waiting for. The ring and WBO junior welterweight world titles are on the line. Two champions, only one king of New York. Don't miss Teofimo Shakur this Saturday exclusively on DAZN. Buy the pay-per-view or join DAZN Ultimate and get Ring 6 at no extra cost. Buy now at DAZN.com.
Evan and Tiki Player to Watch is sponsored by Dr. J. Shaw at Samwell Pain Management. Elect 825, building our future. and Jag Physical Therapy. Get back the life you love. There's no football this weekend, but there is the Pro Bowl. That is the flag football Pro Bowl. And when you watch the flag football of professional players, you kind of always got to go to the guys, the skill position players. There's one skill position player that was a beast this year, made all kinds of catches. I would say Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's not playing. You know why? Because he's in the Super Bowl. The guy who's not, Puka Nacua. He's the player to watch in this weekend's Pro Bowl. Evan and Tiki's player to watch.
This portion of the program was sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. The big game is here, and now you can trade on football legally nationwide on Kalshi. Right now, New England is trading at 34% to beat Seattle. A $100 trade pays out $281. Use code FAN to get $20 when you trade 100. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
The home of Super Bowl 60 on Westwood 1 is WFAN.
Under pressure, avoids the rush, and he's going to fight out of it. Still fights out of it. Now throws it deep downfield.
The Patriots will face the Seahawks for the Lombardi Trophy in Santa Clara on February 8th.
In the left corner of the end zone. Touchdown.
Get insight and the latest breaking news about the biggest game of the year here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always playing on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store, and they'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into a paper airplane headed to see you never. AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, their best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So, just bring your bill to your local Verizon store, and they'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score Report 1/8/2025. Results may vary. Must provide a postpaid customer mobile bill within the past 45 days and the name of the person redeeming the bill. Additional terms apply.
Nissan trucks and SUVs are built for next-level adventure. Too much gear? Dirt? Rock? Sand? Get in a Nissan truck or SUV and feel unstoppable. Whether you want to take your next level of adventure in the Frontier Dark Armor, the Pathfinder, the Armada, or the Rogue, you'll be ready for what comes your way. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, 2025 Murano, or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to in-mat credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 2/2/26.
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff. The final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. This is Super Bowl 60, by the way, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same-game parlay, make it count. Because after the Super Bowl, the NFL season is over, and football is officially done. Last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started. We love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean nobody. So if you're looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price, get to Town Fair today. Michelin winter tires offer a shorter stopping distance on ice and snow, along with predictable handling in cold, dry, and wet wintry conditions. For the guaranteed lowest price and free services for life on Michelin tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Real sports talk for real sports fans. What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Costos, and you can catch You Better You Bet with me weekday mornings 9 to noon Eastern on the new Westwood One Sports. From being live from Radio Row for the big game to being joined by the biggest names in sports and entertainment, it's sports talk for people that love sports. Download the Odyssey app and listen from anywhere. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos, live and interactive Monday through Friday, 9 to noon Eastern, presented by BetMGM on Westwood One Sports.
The Pick 3 Quick 3 was brought to you by New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion. Back again on Pick 3 Evening Drawings.
Hey, it's Tiki. Back when I played, creatine was a locker room secret. Players knew, trainers knew, fans didn't. But now the secret's out. Creatine boosts strength, speeds up recovery, and even helps brain health. That's why I take GAT Sports' new Creatine Chews. 5 grams per serving, no sugar, no shaker, no mess. Save 30% off your first bottle at gatsport.com with code TIKI30. That's GAT Sport.com with code TIKI30. GAT Sport Creatine Chews. Fuel up, compete harder.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for New York businesses looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
When this happened, you talked about it on The Fan.
I would like to introduce to you the next head football coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh.
Wow, thanks, Joe. Appreciate that very much. And what an honor. What an exciting moment.
When New York sports happens, talk about it here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Tiki responds to some pretty major accusations coming up at 1 o'clock. Sean will feed us a Cinco in a few minutes, but you tell me if there's an issue going on in Denver between Bo Nix and Sean Payton. And I'm going to present to you clips that were edited very well together by a local reporter in Denver, Scotty Gange, who took some of what Sean Payton said right after the Bo Nix injury from a few weeks ago and played it along with Bo Nix's Zoom call from yesterday. Bo Nix called a press conference, and that's what people in Denver are claiming it was, that Bo Nix called a press conference.
Called the press conference.
Yes, that's how they are portraying it. I don't know how accurate that is, whether it was a Bronco event or a Bo Nix, hey, I need to speak. And so listen to the contradictions, almost a verbal spat between Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Again, this is Sean from about a week and a half ago, and this is Bo Nix from yesterday. Take a listen.
Find a little bit more when they go in, and it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Didn't have any predisposed issues. Man, my ankles were feeling really good.
He said he had one in high school, and then he said he had one at Auburn.
I don't think he really should share how many surgeries I've had in the past, to be honest with you, but because I don't, he doesn't really even know that.
You think he's pissed? Sounds like it is.
I mean, it sounds like he's violating a HIPAA. I'm serious. And he shouldn't be saying those things, even though Sean is just trying to make, not excuses, but just give context to what's going on.
Well, the first thing he said, Bo didn't seem that pissed about, which is that this injury was going to happen either way. And Bo Nix came out and said, not true.
Right.
Which was more like, I'm just correcting him. The second one, which is him expressing, and in defense of Sean Payton, he did it in a very joking way, because the way he phrased it was, I had a few procedures. I didn't even know about it. If I did, I wouldn't have drafted him. And Bo Nix, clearly, based on that clip, he wasn't thrilled with
No, he wasn't happy having his laundry put out there like that. And it's not even a bad thing, because Bo Nix has been he's been very successful, not relatively, very successful in his first 2 seasons. And I think there's still a jury out on how good/great he's going to be. But his career is off to a pretty good start.
It's off to a wonderful start. But clearly, doesn't seem like he loves Sean Payton. So I'm not going to do it. But Steve in Naples wants to do it. So, Steve, go ahead. The floor is yours. Oh, he dropped? Damn it. Steve was going to say.
Oh, no.
Steve, it's okay. Steve was going to say the Jets should trade for Bo Nix.
Would that work? I think this Bo Nix with the Jets.
No.
I think part of the success for Bo Nix is, let's be fair, it's Sean Payton.
Yes. Yeah, I actually agree with you on that. And so I think when you are desperate for a quarterback, you look at any situation such as this, which is fair. Like, it is fair to – oh, good. Steve, what were you going to say? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So if you listen to Bo Nix, that is not going to work out there in Denver. The Jets have nothing to lose. Give Denver your second pick of the draft. Give him your second-round pick. I mean, I right away, as long as he passes the physical, I'd love to have Bo Nix.
All right, Tiki, should we trade for Bo Nix?
No, because you don't have the coach to coach Bo Nix or call plays for Bo Nix.
I think that's the inherent issue.
Yeah.
I'd do it, by the way, either way. Like, if it only took me my second first-round pick, screw it. I got nothing to lose.
At least you have something.
I'd have something.
The challenge is now you have really nothing. You have Tyrod Taylor, who's still got a year. No, he's free.
No,
right?
he's free now.
He's free. Yeah, you don't have anything.
Yeah, we have nothing. We're paying a lot of quarterbacks, but we have nothing.
Who was in that room when Bo Nix got drafted?
Who was in the room when Bo Nix got drafted? Oh, Darren Muji. Yeah. They got a connection.
Muji and Woody Johnson behind Glenn's back. They make the trade in March, fire Glenn in March, then hire Gruden, and let's just do the ultimate Jet offseason here.
Well, that's different, what you painted. Do you think, though, in all seriousness, because we always have fun with the Jets, and before you guys found Jackson Dart, the Giants, does it really sound like there's an issue, though, between them? That this could actually grow into something worse?
I would say it's a miscommunication.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's an issue. Because what are you talking about? You're talking about something that actually is provable. Like, you have an ankle issue, you're going to miss time. If you had surgery,
right?
It is what it is. So, like, everybody was ultimately going to find out that he had to have surgery on his ankle. So Sean just got ahead of it and said he had to have surgery on his ankle.
I think sometimes honesty is great for us as fans, but it's not great in a situation like this. So my guess is Bo Nix is pissed off, but it'll all be fine.
But it's also not like the Broncos are going to go find a replacement.
Well, yeah, like even our last caller's idea of, okay, they get the second first-round pick from the Jets to do what? Yeah. Like, who's their quarterback?
Right.
It's working with Bo Nix. Look at the success they've had in 2 years.
Unless they were impressed by Jared Stidham.
Oh, I was going to say, Peyton could cook with Malik Willis, too.
Yeah, I guess
Run
so.
a little bit.
You know, never rule anything out. Because
that's true.
Like last year with Sam and the Seahawks and what happened this year.
Everything changes so damn quickly.
Yeah, everything could change quickly. But then if you're Sean Payton, why would you present him as damaged goods, basically, as opposed to, oh, it's no biggie, and then you trade him away and get a king's ransom?
Yeah. Now you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because he's damaged goods.
I am a complete contradiction because at the end of the day, would I trade for Bo Nix? If that's the question, yeah, I would. I got nothing to lose. Do I believe he'd have success here? I do not. So I think as a Jet fan, we're in such a desperate place, we would do things that even we know are not the smartest things in the world. Here's what I know, and Tiki was telling me during the break, he's starving.
Sean Moraes in the booth, somebody hide the castle! Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control! It's Cinco de Roncho! Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
All right, Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. There has been a noticeable narrative surrounding me. In fact, yesterday, I think the words were, "You've become a grumpy old bitch," was said to me on Twitter.
Wow.
Really?
Really?
That I've been so negative this winter, that I've suddenly become like ultra negative.
Have you?
I think I annually get very grumpy at this time. Football winds down. Yeah, I don't like the
seasonal affective disorder.
I don't like the winter, and I get it. And this has been a brutal winter. So I'm trying to be positive today. I'm here to give you the top 5 best things to do in this cold weather. Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
Gamble on college basketball teams you haven't watched all year. It's a good way to kill 2 hours on a weekend. Give yourself a little thrill with no background.
I just saw this thing, Sean. You would appreciate this. It was some guy, I think it was on a Japanese television, who was riding a scooter between 2 little walls that were like plastic-y and you couldn't touch them. And he's riding through and he's like just barely holding on. And he gets to the other side. He's like, yeah, what's up?
That's the thing to gamble.
Is he going to make it through? And it's like, you can gamble on it.
I'm in.
We are a sad society.
I'm in. Kills time in the winter. All right, here we go.
Number 4.
The number 4 best thing to do in the cold is not feel guilty canceling plans on people. Plans sound great. It's too cold to go out. I'm going to cancel on you and not feel guilty.
Or my child is sick.
Yeah, because everybody's sick.
I know what Sean is doing. That was done on purpose. He wants to cancel going to the Islander game Saturday with Gio and a lot of people from the radio station. And that's your first line of, it's cold out. The Islanders are actually a good hockey team. My team sucks.
You're having acceptor's remorse.
Yeah.
Not only that, I got to take my kids to Disney on Ice at 11 a.m. that day.
So you're setting up. You're setting up to back out.
I want to cancel on my kids.
There's a problem. You can't do either. Once you make a commitment, and that's why it's the advice I always give anybody.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, you'll end up having a good time.
Yeah.
But say no then if you're on the fence.
I know.
Because you can't go backwards.
But everything sounds better, and then it gets so cold out, and you're like, just put on the flannel pajamas.
My wife started giving that to me about this Rascal Flats thing. She's like, it's cold. You really want to go out. You want to drive that far. And I'm like.
But it's inside, right?
It is, but to Sean's point, everything's inside, but you're still out in the cold to get to a place.
Yeah.
When you're in your home, you don't have to worry about the cold. You're just sitting there.
And you're going to have to park at least, a 10-minute walk away.
We're going, though. Don't worry.
It's brutal. All right, here we go.
Number 3.
The number 3 best thing to do in the cold, you could drink hot chocolate at any time of the day. I've noticed that. You want to wake up 6 a.m., have yourself a hot chocolate, you do it. 10 p.m. before bed, you do that.
Yeah, if you like hot chocolate that much.
Well, if you don't, then winter's not for you.
The truth is, I don't like hot chocolate, but after playing in the snow a couple of days ago, I loved it. Like my wife gave it to me. I was like, this is fantastic. So I think it's one of those seasonal things that works.
I prefer
whiskey.
now.
Okay. I prefer whiskey.
All right, here we go.
Number 2.
The number 2 best thing to do in the cold, you try different soups. Now, maybe this is me approaching 40 years old.
Yes.
But you know what? You realize you never have soup in the summer. It's really too hot.
It's true.
And now I've done it. The other day, I had a tomato bisque. Guess what? It was garbage. But I tried it. I tried it. And when else are you trying these soups?
That's true.
It's soup season.
There are summer soups, though.
What are we
like
talking?
potato leek or...
Potato leek?
Yeah, it's like chilled.
Is that what you do after you eat it? Okay. All right.
Number 1.
And the number 1 best thing to do in the cold, I've discovered this. It's worked wonders for me the last week. Sleep. Bears have it right, man. They shut it down. They shut it down.
Yeah, Sean and I are having this discussion. We can't figure out if we're sleeping more because of the new hours or because of the weather. And I do think the weather plays a big role. It's dark incredibly early.
Yeah. Right.
So it feels like it's nighttime at 4:30.
Right.
And it is so cold you don't want to be outside. And so now you're in your home, and by 7:30 you're like, I'm just going to
You
sleep.
can't help yourself but put a blanket on.
Dude,
and then no matter where you are, it makes you sleepy with a blanket on.
Dude, it's 9:15. I'm watching the Rangers get annihilated. The Knicks are meandering their way through the Raptors. I'm going, well, what more do I have to offer this thing?
That's a fair point. All right, good job. Well, what about tonight? Nets are playing at 9 o'clock, joining the Mile High Club. What about that one?
I won't see tip.
Come on.
This is going to be...
What time is it? 9?
9.
You'll see the tip-off.
You won't see the tip? Come on, man.
Depends what the situation is with Rangers Islanders, by the way. Actually, I will see tip because I got to record a Talking Giants at 8:30. So once that's over, wrap it up. To bed.
I will tell you
What is the topic tonight?
Eli Hall of Fame and some Senior Bowl stuff. And
now you have context to talk about the Hall of Fame.
And no Todd Monken.
Right. Oh, that's the big one, actually, because we still got to figure out who the OC is.
That's the potato leak of the podcast.
Exactly. We've had no further intel.
No.
On the Giants.
On the Giants OC search? Not
Yeah.
really. No. We'll see. I mean, it's going to happen soon. Like, you can't go that longer.
Right.
And same with the Jets. Jets are looking for an OC as well. Though it does feel, based on Connor Hughes, who joined us yesterday, and certainly the way Boomer's talking as a longtime friend of Frank Reich, it feels like Frank's the guy.
Yeah, for the Jets. It feels like there's the path is there for the Jets.
Yeah, and yesterday they released their interviews for the OC job. They have fulfilled the Rooney Rule, and it feels like it is inevitable that they're going to offer him the job.
They released them all at once. I think they did them all within a 10-minute span.
So, it was one of those.
Who, the Jets?
It was a weird, weird
they
tweet.
hired their defensive coordinator after a Zoom call.
Can I defend that for a second?
But he knew him, so I get it.
He knew him. No, that matters because Aaron Glenn was going to become the defensive coordinator. That's his decision that he made over the last week or so. We don't have to like it. I've given you my reasons for being concerned. But once that decision is made, it ain't going to be Wink Martindale. It's not going to be Jimmy Leonard. So it's probably going to be a guy you are just familiar with because they're essentially your errand boy. They're working for you. And so the guy they got from Miami, he didn't need a long interview with.
Right.
It's like if I'm interviewing Sean for a job down the road many years from now, do I really need to interview him? I know him. We do a 5-minute Zoom. I'm like, you're the guy. Let's go.
You make a Severino joke, we move on, and that's it.
Yeah, now go make me pancakes.
Pretty much.
Whatever the next job is. Let's get to your phone calls plus in the next 5 minutes. Great news involving the Knicks that you may not even be aware of that doesn't involve the Knicks, but impacts the Knicks in a huge, huge way. Let's go to Jody in Warren, New Jersey. Hey, Jody.
Hey, Jody.
Hey, guys. Tiki, for you, I just got to ask you a question.
What's up?
As a Jets fan, don't I have a sliver of hope that while I'm listening to the Rico and watching reruns of Jeopardy, that Aaron Glenn is busting his chops, watching film 8 hours a day, trying to be and wanting to be a great head coach.
Yes.
Like we're everybody's so negative. I'm not. From now on, I'm positive Jody taking over for positive Tommy. Can I believe in that?
I like it.
Can I believe in that?
You can.
Aaron Glenn's got the passion.
By the way, you're right about Aaron Glenn, and he is probably doing that, figuring out what he needs to do better.
Yeah.
And I think more importantly, he's trying to figure out how he can be a great modern defensive coordinator, because that's the role he's essentially going to be taking on. But the other thing that I don't know if he has control over doing better is creating a staff that feels competent offensively. And that's only going to happen when you find a quarterback.
Yep.
And
that's the problem.
I just don't see it.
The roadmap to a quarterback this year is very, very complicated.
Very.
There doesn't seem to be an easy answer because even Malik Willis, who I think is going to be the apple of everybody's eye, he's unproven.
Right.
He started a handful of games in this league.
Right, and other teams are going to want him too.
Yeah, other teams are going to want him. But even if you get him, because let's say you're promising him a job, promising him the opportunity, it goes back to what you said about Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Are the coaches prepared enough to get the best out of him? Now, here's the good thing about Frank Reich. This is why I don't think it's a bad hire. It's a single to center field. Frank's done it before.
Yes.
I trust him. He's coached a lot of guys in this league, and I believe if he is truly the head coach of the offense, I feel like there's a puncher's chance of success with Frank getting the most out of him than just Aaron Glenn and whatever first-time OC he hired.
Evan, before you take a call, I have a show update.
show up.
You asked me to do something earlier and contact a colleague who was finally answered.
Oh, yeah. So I'll set it up real quick. Artemi Panarin basically sat down last night. The Rangers are going to trade him. Sean gave a quick view on Panarin as a Ranger. And I asked, for many in the audience, but also myself, is Carlos Beltran a good comp to Artemi Panarin? And Sean gave his answer. He said, I think Panarin was better. Both were a part of underachieving eras. And I said, we need to ask a Mets-Rangers fan. Obviously, the biggest and best Mets-Rangers fan here at WFAN would be one Boomer Esiason. So Sean reached out to him, and he answered you. So the floor is yours.
From the desk of Boomer Esiason, and I quote, very fair comparison. I believe they both played 7 years here in New York. Both were very good additions, and unfortunately, both will leave without a championship. So he didn't actually answer it, but he answered it.
Well, that's what Boomer does.
Yeah.
He does that a lot, actually. He says a lot, doesn't really tell you anything. But what he did you know what he told me? That I gave you a really good comp.
Yeah.
That's a very fair cross-sport comp as a free agent that you sign who's very successful, did their job, but the team didn't reach the success that you were dreaming of. And look, it's complicated with Beltran, who just got elected to the Hall of Fame. And I was asked this question the other day on a documentary they're doing, so I'll spoil the answer I gave. Should the Mets retire Carlos Beltran's number? And my answer was very straightforward. I said, if he's wearing a Met hat in the Hall of Fame.
When will he have to decide that?
I mean, it's up to him and the Hall of Fame, and I would think it's in the next few days or weeks.
Yeah.
Like, it's soon. We'll know. If he's wearing a Met hat, I would absolutely honor him with a retired number because it is so rare to have someone wear a Met hat in the Hall of Fame.
Wow, so you're making him declare to be a Met in order to get his number retired.
He can do whatever he wants. The Hall of Fame can do whatever they want.
I mean, he is a Hall of Famer, and if he chooses as a Met, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. If he doesn't have a Met hat on, let's say it's a blank hat or it's a Royal hat, whatever it is.
Slap that Astro logo on there.
Whatever. It's not going to be the Astros, but whatever. I would be not going to retire his number. And I think that's a fair answer.
Why would he throw the Astros?
Well, his best postseason was with the Astros.
True, but he's also...
And he won a World Series.
He's also associated with something that kind of derailed his coaching managerial
He also was there for like 2 years. Like, it was not long enough.
Yeah.
Plus, who cares? The plaque's just a piece of metal, so who cares?
What does that even mean? Is that like a joke on Rob Manfred's World Series line?
Yeah.
With the Astros.
Yeah. Dude, you got to stop defining Beltran with that because that's kind of pissing me off.
What do you mean? He cheated.
Come on.
I mean, come on. He did.
Dude, it was the end of his career. It was the last year of his career.
Did he or didn't he?
Was he part of a cheating scandal that helped them win a World Series?
Was he not considered a ringleader?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so then what are you denying?
Carlos Beltran, the baseball player, was defined long before he played for the Astros.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
That's the bottom line.
Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before he injected a needle.
And I think Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer, but Barry Bonds also set the home run record and broke Hank Aaron's record after he was juicing. Carlos Beltran had no individual success.
So now we're determining when people can cheat the game. Okay.
Yeah, you asked me. And by the way, how about all the people that juiced the baseballs, with the thingies?
Yeah. I think they should all be in.
Gaylord Perry.
Yeah.
That's all Gaylord did.
Scuffing him.
He scuffed the baseball all day. He's in the Hall of Fame. Overrated.
I agree with you.
Compiler, right, Tiki? Who did we call a compiler earlier?
Frank Gore.
Yeah, it's Gaylord Perry. He's the definition of a compiler.
He was Perry good, though.
Okay. Do your thing.
Oh, that's right. This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ Precision Cooking. Effortless results, chefiq.com. Knicks fans already thinking about a Celtics rematch this spring? Well, you got some Jason Tatum news to chew on last night. Tatum told ESPN he's unsure if he will return to the court at any point this offseason or any point this season off of his torn Achilles. And we have Chris Haynes audio to accompany that.
As it pertains to the Boston Celtics and Jason Tatum in particular, it was always a foregone conclusion that Tatum was going to try to give it a go and return at some point during the season after suffering that Achilles tear. But league sources just informed me right now that Jason Tatum is now reevaluating his situation, and it is up in the air on if he's going to return at all this season. Now, I was told that there are a couple of factors of why he's reached that point, but as of right now, that changes the whole landscape because Tatum even told me personally months back he was returning at some point. Right. He was getting ready to return, and it was getting close. I was hearing it was getting close, and the league sources informed me that the situation has changed, and now it is up in the air if he's going to return or not.
What do you make
That's
of that?
very vague.
Very, because it's not injury related. He didn't say he had a setback or there's concern. There was a few factors.
Right, and it makes it feel like they're personal factors because he's not talking health or basketball things? It feels like something else going on.
I have something for you.
Go ahead.
He did an interview the other day. I forget who it was with. And honestly, it doesn't even matter.
No. Because it's just him. We care about him.
Yeah. We don't care about the overrated player that Tiki Barber once ran over while playing football, interviewing him. I only care about what Jason Tatum said. And so Jason Tatum was talking about playing in Boston and talking about the high bar that's in Boston. And Jason Tatum had this line, and it was an interesting line. But now that Chris Haynes gives us this mystery of why he's not playing, tell me if this means anything.
The career I had right now, if I had it with the Grizzlies, like I would have a statue outside the arena.
Right.
It sounds as if it's like, you know what? I'll never be Bird.
They don't appreciate me.
Yeah. Why am I risking myself to come back earlier? I'm chasing these ghosts that I'll never surpass, and they'll never love me like these guys.
Yeah.
But if I was in Memphis or Brooklyn, I'd be a king.
He would already be a king, but he's with the Celtics, so the bar is just higher. So you have to reach higher. You have to set your goal higher.
Yeah, like coming off of an injury and winning a championship.
100%.
That's kind of
And by the way, the Celtics are doing their part. They're not buried in the East right now.
No.
And a lot of people thought they would be. They're second place right now.
Yeah, right then.
In the Eastern
Them and the
Conference.
Knicks are very, very tight.
Right. I mean, it's half a game or a game, whatever it is, between the two of them, but it doesn't matter.
Actually, they're exactly tied, 29 and 18.
They have a shot.
Yeah.
We're not even at the All-Star break yet, and they have a shot. And if he comes back, they definitely have a shot.
He is.
And by the way, that would make him somewhat more legendary.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, there are franchises. We happen to have one, the New York Yankees, where there's really nothing you could do. You're never going to be Babe Ruth. You could try, or even Mickey Mantle to a certain generation.
Unless you're iconic like Aaron Judge, who's just smashing home runs, winning MVPs year over year over year. He's never going to surpass those guys until he wins a championship. But if he did, at least he's close.
Well, what Aaron Judge could do, just like what Jason Tatum can do, is you can define a generation.
Right.
You could have the 30 and under Celtic fan or the 30 and under Yankee fan view you as the guy. Jason Tatum needs to explain. I believe he needs to explain what the hell is going on.
Right.
If his answer is long-term health, cool. I will respect it. Celtic fans who are rational will respect it. But Chris Haynes puts a report out there like, he just may not want to come back.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Now, here's the good news. We're not in Boston. Screw them. If you're a Knicks fan, you should be dancing off a report like this.
Yeah.
The Celtics are good without Jason Tatum. God bless them. I don't know how good they are. You're better. Tatum comes back. It's a different animal. Doesn't mean you can't beat them. You had them beat last year before Tatum got hurt. But this is monstrous news for the New York Knicks. So put that, file it away. And now think to yourself, what is up with Jason Tatum? More of your calls coming up at 888-808-1019. Plus, Tiki's been thinking about it all day. He has no idea. He's going to have to respond to some allegations against him and the 2000 New York Football Giants. It's Evan and Tiki on the Fan.
I am always incredibly busy and always on the go. I value safety, but more importantly, knowing that my family is safe when I'm not with them. So I turned to our partners at Sloman's, and they recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into my home, and it has been a game changer, combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. So many assets to this system that have been phenomenal for us. The cameras, the garage door controls, all the lighting, Alexa controls the audio in my house. I can turn it on from the road so that when I walk in the front door, everything is pumping out just like I want it to. You too can experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com today.
Start the day with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This is Chris Mack with the Sports Minute, sponsored by TaxSlayer. Start filing for free today at TaxSlayer.com. Mike McCarthy got a lot right during his introductory press conference Monday, but there's one thing he got totally wrong: showing fealty to Aaron Rodgers. The answer in Pittsburgh isn't another 10-7 year with an aging Hall of Fame quarterback. The answer starts with finding their next quarterback. I'm Chris Mack.
The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus continues with UFC 325 live from Australia. Catch featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski in a rematch of his epic title fight against Diego Lopez, and the always dangerous Dan Hooker throws down with dynamic finisher Benoit Saint Denis in a high-action lightweight showdown. UFC fans, pay-per-view just got knocked out. Catch UFC 325 on Saturday, January 31st, only on Paramount Plus. Stream every fight live with one subscription. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Now's the time to enroll in quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. All plans provide free preventive care, coverage for prescriptions, emergency services, and more. Plus 8 in 10 get financial help. Enroll by January 31st at getcovered.nj.gov.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder, now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Injured? Don't be a whiner. Call me, Attorney Mark Miner. I'm Mark Miner, and I have over 30 years of experience handling personal injury cases. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. You can trust that the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner will treat you with respect and fight for your rights. Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. Our goal is to transform your pain into payment. If there is no recovery, there is no fee. We handle all types of accident cases and value the opportunity to help you. The sooner you call, the better. If you are injured, call 1-800-LAW-LINE so we can discuss how to transform your pain into payment. Don't be a whiner. Call Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner at 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner, personal injury attorneys.
Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That's 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Shop best of season produce at Whole Foods Market. Save on medium Hass avocados with Prime through February 3rd. Creamy, ripe, and ready for guacamole, savory toast, or topping soup. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Are you ready to start something new in 2026? Why not make it the engine of your new Jeep at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram? During the Start Something New sales event, Ramsey has your perfect lease for your perfect new Jeep. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people
people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Tiki Barber.
Yes.
You are about to face accusations. Get ready.
I am. You know, at 50, I still work out hard, train hard. But recovery matters. That's why I use GAT Sports Creatine Chews. No powder, no mess, no shaker cups, just great flavors like grape, cotton candy, lemon lime, and fruit juice, all on the go. 5 grams of creatine per serving. That's 5 grams of creatine per serving. Save 30% off your first bottle at gatsport.com with code Tiki30. That's GATsport.com with code Tiki30. GAT Creatine Chews. Fuel up, compete harder. Let's go.
I received a letter from a gentleman named TJ. TJ is a loyal listener to Evan and Tiki.
Is this TJ Hushmanzada?
It is not TJ Hushmanzada. I actually have his last name, but I'm not going to read it.
That's okay.
A loyal listener
Just
to
making
Evan
sure
and
it
Tiki.
wasn't TJ Hushmanzada.
It was not TJ Hushmanzada, the former Bengal.
I just love saying his last name.
Nah, great name.
When I think of TJ, that's what I think of.
TJ wrote a letter to me, and he writes, I wonder if you could help me. I can't call in the show anymore because of the time slot move, but I need something answered from Tiki.
Uh-oh.
I was in Minnesota a month ago and was with a group of people who are from there. When I mentioned that I am a New York Giant fan, they all groaned. Quote, you mean the team that cheated us out of a Super Bowl?
Cheated?
I was like, excuse me? What are you talking about? They all said that every Viking fan knows that the Giants cheated in the 2000 NFC Championship game by tapping into their on-field communications and knew every play before they ran it.
Oh, come on.
I know this is ridiculous, but I've never heard that ever in 26 years even hinted at. Supposedly, all Viking fans in Minneapolis take this as the gospel. I'd love for Tiki to comment on this. Thank you, buddy.
Wow.
And by the way, there are real accusations, and I have them in front of me, that have been documented. But before I read
Real
those...
accusations that have been documented.
Yes.
In what way have they been documented? I need to hear these before I can even think about responding to this.
Fair enough. There was a player who played for the Minnesota Vikings, a safety by the name of Robert Griffith.
Yeah, Robert Griffith. Yeah.
He goes into detail.
Robert Griffith goes into detail.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This was an interview from 2009. I could not find the audio, so I'll read it to you. I have no idea how he got blown out in the championship game, but it was a bit eerie how the game unfolded. There's no way that the team that gets blanketed 41-0 without a little questionable situations.
Hold on, 41 donut, just make sure.
I don't want to name any names. It just felt that we went into a situation where we could not win. They were stealing our signals kind of thing.
What?
Yeah. And he went into basically he is one of the men who played for the Vikings. Name is attached to it.
Okay.
Who says you guys tapped in to their signals and knew everything that was coming.
Okay. Do we forget how this game transpired? I think Robert Griffith, whatever the heck his name is, he forgot how this game transpired. So I'll break it down for you. Kickoff. New York Giants receive the ball. We're on the 26-yard line. We proceed to go 4 plays, 74 yards, score a touchdown. The ensuing kickoff, these morons fumble. A play later, one single play later, Greg Camella runs a wheel route, and it is 14-0 before these dudes got off the bus. And now we know what the Minnesota Vikings are doing. Let's just toss it up to Randy Moss. So what happens? They have 3-4 plays, and then they punt. We throw an interception, and you know what happened right after we threw an interception? They threw an interception. They never got going offensively. We knocked the crap out of Randy. Every time the ball came to Randy Moss, he got drilled. Sean Williams and what was our other safety?
Was it Omar Stoutmire?
Not Omar, but there was another one too. I'm forgetting his name. It slipped my mind, but I can't remember right now. We just destroyed their wide receiving core. In the first half, I think they ran 12 plays, 14 plays or something like that. This was just a straight up ass kicking.
So you didn't steal?
No.
You're not Carlos Beltran?
We didn't need to.
Especially after Sean went on a whole diatribe about that.
Sam Garnes?
Sam Garnes. We didn't need to.
I have found an article from January 28th, 2001, so the anniversary of the Super Bowl you lost to the Ravens.
Yes.
This is from the LA Times. I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
The New York Giants have been called many things during their improbable march to the Super Bowl. Plotting, unimaginative, lucky, sleep-inducing, all of them to varying degrees deserved.
Yes.
But this is a new one. Radio pirates. High-tech thieves of the airways, bandwidth bandits. And basically, the only evidence that's provided is that the Vikings believe it was impossible for you to whip that ass as much as you did, that they believe, more on defense, that you guys stole the calls out of the headset of Dante Culpepper, and that's how you whip the ass. These are real accusations. They exist. And I guess in Minnesota... right or wrong, they view you guys as a bunch of cheaters.
All right, well, I mean, you got to make up some excuse when you get whooped 41-0.
That's crazy. Had you ever heard that, Sean?
I've never heard that.
I have never in my life heard that.
And by the way, I know it's not true because I was on the team.
You think you would have known about that?
Of course we would have known about it. I mean, of course we would have been like, oh, man, we got this advantage they don't know about. There's no shot, dude.
Even if it was just simply the defense getting the signals of the offense they were facing, like you're not in the defensive room. Like it's not possible that Strahan knew all
it was 14-0 before they got a possession.
Okay.
If they want to blame somebody, blame themselves for not showing up to play, thinking it was going to be easy because they had been whooping everybody's ass all season long. That's what it comes. That's how we felt.
I believe you.
What year? What year was this quote from?
So I've got
2009.
The quote from Robert Griffith was an interview in 2009.
Do we have a month?
Jeez. I got to go back. Does it matter? Is there
It does
reason?
matter. It does matter. I'm doing some investigative detective work using my brain. My brain reports. Let me just find out the month before I speak.
Okay, hold on one second. I am pulling up the article of the Robert Griffith interview. I have the exact date. It was published on July 1st, 2009.
So heading into the 2009 season?
Heading into the 2009 season. That is correct.
Okay. All right. That maybe doesn't jive with what I was thinking.
Why? What were you thinking?
2009, the Vikings make another NFC Championship game. It ends up being known as Bountygate versus a Sean Payton coached team. So my thought was going to be off of that. Did the Vikings look back and go, we ain't the first time we were screwed by a Sean Payton team?
The best part is, so this Robert Griffith interview took place on a Cleveland sports talk station, not even in Minnesota, in which he brought it up. It was on a show called The Dugout Sports Show with Glenn and Brock. Are we familiar? Are they still around?
I have no idea who either of those guys are.
That was in Cleveland back in 2009, and that's where the interview took place, where Robert Griffith accused you guys of stealing signals, and that's why you won the NFC Championship game 41 donut.
Okay. Dante Culpepper threw 3 interceptions, was sacked 4 times.
It's because you knew the signals.
If they had a way to know the signals, I'll say this too.
I'm kidding.
Wouldn't they tap into the Ravens signals the next week?
Because it wasn't at Giant Stadium.
It wasn't at home.
Yeah, you
so that's how? Okay.
Well, if you're going to ask me questions, I'll answer them. I do not think you guys cheated. But if you're going to ask me a dumb question like that, I'm going to give you an answer.
Well, but so I guess I'm misinterpreting the story. They think they literally got an audio wire?
Yes. They think they tapped the signal. They think you guys tapped the signals.
You could barely get Wi-Fi at the old Giant
I know. I've just never heard that. Ever. I've never even... And I know it's not true because I would have heard it.
You think you would have heard it?
100%. All those dudes are my boys. Strahan's my guy.
Can I ask you a hypothetical?
Sam Garnes and those guys, we were tight back then.
Let me ask you a hypothetical.
Yeah.
I know it's not real. If Strahan comes to you, he calls
It
you
would
after
be
the
John
show.
Fox.
Okay.
Like stealing the signals and not telling anybody that he had it.
If John Fox called you after the show and said, heard the conversation, I got to come clean. You're damn right we did it, and we would do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Would that change everything about how you feel about that team? Would it change things?
No.
Okay.
Because we knew we were beating them.
Yeah. Much like
I told you on Monday of that week.
Yeah.
Sean Payton came in and said, we're going to score 50 points on this
No,
team.
I agree with you. And that's why Sean...
Because their defense wasn't as good as they thought they were.
No, clearly not. And that's why you over there better realize the Astros were going to whip your ass no matter what. So stop bringing up the cheating.
Okay, sure.
Do we know where the Minnesota Vikings defense was ranked that year?
I'm going to guess 22nd.
Oh, my God, that was the exact number I was going to guess.
Really? I have no idea.
You guys are cute.
Why?
Because you're being so nice.
Where were they?
28th.
Really?
28th.
Yeah, but their offense was they got shut out.
Yeah.
Because you guys knew the signal.
No, he didn't know the signals.
I'm sorry.
No, he didn't.
All right. We have declared that this is all a BS story, and you guys in Minnesota should stop crying. Get over it. You should be more.
It was 25 years ago. It was 26 years ago.
It was also a game they got their ass kicked in. I'd be more, as a Viking fan, I'd be more pissed off about the Brett Favre game. I'd be more pissed off of clearly about 98. That goes without saying.
Yeah, but getting shut out in a championship game that's bad.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
That's not forgettable.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how I feel for them.
So you never heard that, Sean?
Not.
Never in a million years.
All right. Well, I'm glad we cleared it up around here.
You know, they had a cute Case Keenum to Stephon Diggs play they could live with.
The Minneapolis Miracle. Who could forget? 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to Chris and Baldwin. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Tiki, Evan, what's going on, babes?
What's up, man?
All's good.
Hey, Evan, I called last week about the Rico Bronya. Looking forward to that episode with losing the favorite Mets to free agency.
Yes, I will be
hoping
addressing
it's
that
dropping soon.
Yes, it's dropping very soon. Yes.
Is Joe B making a special appearance for that one?
I may have to track him down. I know what he'll say. Daryl.
His number one guy.
Oh, yeah.
To our miserable Jets, I'm with you guys. I was listening last week. It's hard to defend Glenn. I'm for him coming back. I get we have sucked for so long, and we're an impatient fan base, but there's nothing we can do right now to gain trust besides winning.
That's it.
But he was a hot candidate last year, so we are. What are we supposed to do? Fire him to get the next hot candidate?
But we wouldn't even get the hot candidate.
No,
That's why the firing of Glenn argument, which I understand based on performance, would not put us in a better place.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do it because no one's taking the job, especially for a coach gets one and done off of how Robert Saleh was treated his last season.
Yeah.
It just becomes, they're not going to take care of me as a head coach. They might pay me still because I'm going to sign a longer-term contract, but I'm not going to have any kind of job security.
They have a better chance of having an appealing job next year at this time than they did this year at this time. Richie in Queens. What's going on, Richie?
Hey, Richie.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I should say good afternoon. I tried to call you yesterday, Evan, and, I've been talking to you a long time. You also teach my mom on a good note. Just turned 100.
Oh, wow. That's a blessing, dude.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she calls me up at 11 o'clock at night sometimes and talking about the Yankees, and I always say, Mom, I'm 78, you're 99 at the time. You really have to get to bed. But it's a thrill at my age that my mom is still around. But
that's awesome, man.
Okay, yesterday, have you talked about that Summers thing? I remember that with DeGrom. And, I call Frisco radio a lot because, I'm a Giant fan. And when I called, I said, how did they react to him hanging up on Steve Summers? And they said that guy got grief, just to let you know. They said, why didn't you give you a point? And they were just working him over, deservedly so.
Nice.
So just to bring that up.
Nice.
And real quick, with the Hall of Fame, I know Tiki mentioned it. It's not that big a deal. He's going to get in.
Yeah.
But, you listen to it, and there are certain guys that just have to go in. And the system it is pretty terrible. Like if all of a sudden Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and Clemente came up the same year. So you're going to say, I can't get this guy in because I want to vote for him. And we know he's going to get in. So the Belichick thing and even Eli, who I was not that I loved him. I didn't think it was the first ballot. I'm shocked I didn't get him a second time. With the Yankees, just to end it, because I know you guys let me cover this. The Yankee, Ed, and you're a big baseball guy, and we've talked about, the Giants have gone through a tough time. Obviously, the Mets the last couple of years, in and out. Is it better to root for your team to know that, hey, I hope we get to the playoffs this year? It's going to give us incentive during the year versus the Yankees that are going to get there. People get bored with it and say, who cares until they win. I want you guys to answer that for me.
It's a good dilemma because it's kind of the Steelers' dilemma.
Yeah.
Always in the postseason, could never get deep.
Yeah.
Other than the one time that they did it. And for the younger fan, that's what it feels like for the Yankees. You're always there. You got the 2009 championship, but it's hard. It's hard to be upset about it because there are teams that just don't even sniff it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience rooting for a team that's a given to make the playoffs every year. The closest example I could come up with was basketball because it's easier to make the playoffs, the variety of Nets runs that they had, specifically in the early 2000s. And I want to make the playoffs. Like, I want to go into every October if it's baseball, April if it's the NBA, January if it's football, thinking this could be my year. And yes, it ends in disappointment, but I want that opportunity because there's nothing more depressing than not being in the playoffs. I remember that list past year with the Mets where the entire year, Tiki, I thought they were a playoff team.
And if you're there, even if you've played terribly up to that point, once you get there, you have a shot.
And
the Phillies are the perfect example from, what year was that?
22.
22. Like, they were bad for a lot of the year.
Yeah.
But then they started to get healthy and get right when it mattered. They had no shot at the division, and the Braves and the Mets fought it out. They get to the postseason, they're in the World Series.
I think
anything can happen.
What makes it tough for the Yankee fan is they're in the playoffs every year for the most part. They've never been the Cinderella team that gets all the way to a World Series. Because as I've talked about endlessly with you, when they have home field advantage, they win. And when they don't, they most likely lose.
Yeah.
It's to a T, which is why I think the regular
season.
Even
this year.
It's the same thing happened.
Right.
It's the same freaking thing. Yeah. Home field wild card, great. Division gone. The year they get to the World Series, why'd they get to the World Series? It was the first time in over a decade they had a home field advantage throughout until the World Series, where guess what happened? So they've never been a part of the Cinderella story, so maybe it's tougher to imagine. But if you're giving me the choice, and I think it's easy, between the team that's there every year, even if it ends in disappointment, I want to be there every year.
Right. The Yankees win the games they're supposed to. They lose the games they're supposed to.
Yeah. Look,
series they're supposed to. Let's put it that way.
Because
I remember you said this about the Astros, and you're right. They were never the favorite against the Astros.
Never. The only time they were the favorite was the wild card game, and you won that game, and that was prior to the real rivalry. This past year, I thought the Mets were a playoff team all the way until about mid-September. There was a moment where I'm like, damn, they're not making the playoffs. We had fun with our confidence percentage. And a few times you said this to me. It always pissed me off, but I understood. You're like, Evan, great, you make the playoffs. The Dodgers are going to cook you. And I always said, give me a shot.
Yeah.
Just give me a shot. Are you probably going to be right? Sure. Give me a shot. Give me Nolan McLean at Dodger Stadium. Just give it to me. And I still think about that. Here we are all these months later. The team is so different. So I always, as a fan, want that shot, even if it feels unreasonable.
Right.
So that's how I view it. We'll get back to your phone calls. Plus, what was going on with Cody Bellinger at his press conference yesterday? We explore. Evan and Tiki on the Fan.
This portion of the program was sponsored by Call Sheet. Trade on anything. The big game is here, and now you can trade on football legally nationwide on Call Sheet. Right now, New England is trading at 34% to beat Seattle. A $100 trade pays out $281. Use code FAN to get $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI. Call Sheet. Trade on anything.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the books with Western One Sports. The defending champion OKC Thunder take on the T-Wolves for a Western Conference Finals rematch, and I'm expecting another defensive battle. Both of their previous two meetings have gone under the total. It's two of the top 6 defenses in the NBA, and Minnesota's offense has struggled mightily, ranking 27th in offensive efficiency in their last 5 games. Take the under and watch the defenses shine. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience. or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff. The final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. This is Super Bowl 60, by the way, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same-game parlay, make it count. Because after the Super Bowl, the NFL season is over, and football is officially done. Last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started. We love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
I hope that Alliance Orthopedics stands for the way healthcare should be performed.
Alliance Orthopedics COO Dr. Brian Aquaro on what makes Alliance Ortho New Jersey so special.
We have the team members, the ability, the passion to really become something that everybody else is not doing.
Alliance Orthopedics gets you better every day. Check the reviews. You will restore function and reduce pain quicker at New Jersey locations near you.
And I want patients to look at us and say, like, you have to go there because these guys are doing it right.
Experience getting better every day at AllianceOrtho.com.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Be there at Barclays Center on February 15th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
When it comes down to finding the lowest price on Michelin winter tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tires' guaranteed lowest price. And when it comes to free services, nobody gives you more free services on your Michelin winter tires than Town Fair Tire. So why look for Michelin winter tires anywhere but Town Fair Tire, where you always get the guaranteed best deals? Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia. Movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup cost, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Save more on brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off
select major appliances. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you feel embarrassed, trapped, maybe even ashamed just because you own a timeshare? Well, I'm here to tell you you're not alone. Chuck McDowell here, the timeshare cancellation guy. I get over 3,000 complaints a week from all kinds of folks that feel the same way you do. Honest people, teachers, veterans, grandparents, all losing sleep over a timeshare they can't get rid of. That's why 15 years ago, I founded Wesley Financial Group to help people take their lives back. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we would want our own family to be treated. That mindset has helped us cancel over 50,000 timeshares from people just like you. So if you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-261-3377. 800-261-3377. 800-261-3377.
When this happened, you talked about it on The Fan.
I would like to introduce to you the next head football coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh.
This is pretty amazing right here. This is incredible. And to see those players back there, see those guys smiling and ready to go to work, that gets me fired up too. So to everybody, just thank you very much. Thanks for being here. It's a profound honor.
When New York sports happens, talk about it here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Yes, John Harbaugh is the head coach of the New York Football Giants.
Have you heard about that moment?
I heard about that moment. That was a lot of fun. That was a big moment. That was a week ago. Can you believe that was already a week?
It was actually almost 10 days ago.
It was 10 days ago. My God. The other thing that makes you realize time has flown, when was the last time the Jets and Giants actually played a football game? It's been a while.
Crazy. And 3 weeks from this weekend, the Mets play a game on SNY.
That is amazing. Like that statement. And I know a lot of people may not watch it because it's a spring training game, but suckers like me are pumped up. And the way I view spring training baseball is the first game or two, I love it. I get the scorebook out. Let's do a Rico. By Monday, I'm over it. Like,
Correct.
all right, let's get the real stuff.
Right. All right. This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, Precision Cooking. Effortless results, chefiq.com. The Nets will look to end their losing skid as Michael Porter Jr. goes back to Denver tonight for a 9 p.m. tip that can be heard right here on The Fan. The Rangers will host the Islanders in a second night of a home-to-home, and the Devils will host the Predators, both those games at 7 p.m.
So yesterday after the show and at night, I forget when it was probably late at night because I was on the one of the most popular Giants podcasts in the world last night, the Giants Insider Podcast.
Huh.
I have never been invited on yours, so that's just the reality.
Why would we?
Why did they invite me?
My only guess, and the January out of ideas.
Oh, stop. That's
well, let me ask you, what did you talk about?
The Giants, a little bit of the Jets.
Okay.
We talked about the Giants. I gave my opinions. I'm an IBO.
What was the main topic?
IFO. We talked about so many different things I can't say, but you should download it wherever you download your podcast, the Giants Insider Podcast. I have been told the best Giants podcast out there.
Talking Giants gets recorded tonight, as will a One Giant Step. I encourage you to download and subscribe to those before ever listening to Evan and Giant Insider, then listen to him third.
Okay. Well, I've never been on your podcast. I'm just saying, so.
Okay. Well, by the way, be careful what you wish for.
So anyhow, I started listening to Brian Cashman, and we opened the show with some of the things he had to say. If you want to rewind on the Odyssey app, Aaron Boone put me to sleep, and then I listened to Cody Bellinger. And Cody is such a likable guy. You can get the sense he really wanted to come back here. Nothing but love for Cody Bellinger. With that said, there were some awkward moments during the press conference. I pulled a few of these. Here's example number one of Cody Bellinger and the weirdness.
You know, on any different occasion. And your question was, where'd you go? Your question was, yeah. What was your question again?
And then it happened again.
Was feeling, very good and confident and everything. And so, yeah, I mean, I forgot the question again. The Zooms are throwing me for a loop. But what was your question again?
Do you think it was the Zooms? What do you think it was?
You could afford a lot of milligrams of gummies now, Cody.
I mean, that is the perception from looking at him. And this is audio. We're radio. So I just played you clips, but I don't think there's any doubt. And good for him.
Yeah, I mean, and look, Zooms are tough to get through to begin with, so I can only imagine. But, yeah, I mean, so what? He indulged. It's a Wednesday afternoon.
I'm not criticizing him. I'm laughing about it.
Yeah, he's about to have a 9-month grind. He's entitled.
He does have that perpetual look of, I'm stoned. Do you agree with that?
He's got, I think they call it slitted eyes. You know
What?
Like your eyes kind of just close and they get a little hazy.
Gotcha.
Like it's like just open like a slit.
Okay, I never heard that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a real phrase. I don't know.
It's a phrase, yeah.
All I know is Cody Bellinger's chill, man.
What do you think Cody Bellinger eats with the munchies?
Yeah, that's a great question. Not a lot because he's in such great shape.
So you think he's more of a salty guy than a sweet guy?
Yeah, that'd be my guess. But hey, Cody's back, and he's back on a 5-year contract with an opt-out after year 2 and year 3. So
you know
welcome
what?
back.
It's not the same Yankee team. He's here beyond this year.
That's a good way to look at it. He's here for a long time. And guess who won't be here next year? Trent Grisham. Get one more year of him, and then he's gone. Let's go to Steve in Harlem. What's up, Steve?
Fellas, with Sean's well-deserved promotion and new powers, I'm going to stay away from my sirens for a while. But wanted to jump in on this Giannis thing. It's pretty idiotic, if you ask me, to give up Mikal, Deuce, and Cat in any deal. I mean, just from the quick look at it, you're giving up around 48 points a game, 18.5 rebounds, and 10 assists between those three guys in 94 minutes. And modern basketball is really based on depth and fresh legs. And what Mike Brown has done really well is bringing 10 guys into 10-plus minutes a game, whereas last year was only 7. And I think that's where the Knicks are really going to benefit in the playoffs. There has been some adjustment issues. I know sometimes Cat's shot selection and sometimes his hustle drives people nuts. But a slide here or there were kind of expected. When you're trying new things and it fails, especially for the first time, you slide back into old habits and thought processes. So as this team continues to build trust with one another and the system, I think they're going to continue doubling down, and it's going to be very apparent, especially with Mikal and Deuce. They are a part of basically the Knicks' best 2 to 3 rotations on the floor at any given point. And even though Cat isn't, when he's really focusing on rebounds and staying around the rim and then expanding the floor on offense, being deep from 3, even when he's not making his shots, he's really opening up the floor for other guys. And I just don't see how Giannis and adding a Drew Holiday is going to do that. If you want Giannis, wait 2 years and sign him. Do not give up players to do this. So please start expanding on that rhetoric so we do not do this whatsoever.
Well, here's the question you have to ask yourself. It's a very simple question, but it's a complicated question. Can this currently constructed Knick team, with its 2 best players being B- to C+ defenders, and I'm probably being nice in my description of Jalen and Cat, can they win an NBA championship? And if the answer is no, then you're going to do aggressively big things to get to that level. I think there are some floor spacing issues with this. I think the key is who else is coming back. Is Kyle Kuzma in this deal? Is Drew Holiday in this deal? Is Jeremy Grant in this deal? If we're talking about 3 teams, like who is it besides Giannis? But I think the reason they're drawn in by it is because while this core hasn't been given the fullest of shots, if the evaluation Leon Rose has come down to, and it's the same thing he had to do with Tom Thibodeau, but if the conclusion is I can't win the ultimate prize when my 2 best players are liabilities defensively. When we saw 2 of the last 3 games, Cat not even be on the floor in the last 5 or 6 minutes, can I win that way? And if the answer is no, then you're going to take a gamble. And that's what this would be. This is a huge, huge gamble. He's a great player. We all know that. When the NBA history books are written, Giannis Antetokounmpo will be far higher than Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges. No one's questioning that. But he's 31. He has a calf issue. There's a fit question. There's a chemistry question. With all of that said, and I think some of your points are very fair, if I have a chance to get a player on that level, and I also realize that what I have right now is not good enough defensively, I'm rolling the dice. You've already rolled a lot of dice, considering you don't have Onaji or draft picks for the next half a decade. This would be a roll of the dice that I would take, as risky as it is. Let's go to Kenny in Bayonne. Hey, Kenny.
Gentlemen, how we?
We're good.
This is for Tiki. Tiki, this will make you feel a little bit better. I'm a 50-year Viking fan.
Oh.
And a group of my friends went to the hotel. We found out where the Vikings were staying and went to the hotel. Figured maybe we'd get a couple of autographs, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
As we're walking into the Marriott, who's walking out but Robert Tate, who's one of the cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And Chris Hovan. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Chris Hovan. So we walked up and walking by, said, hey, fellas, how we doing here? Good. Hey, how do you feel about the game on Sunday? Chris Hovan, and I quote, "We gonna F them up."
Oh. Tiki, what do you think of that?
Bunch of bitches.
I think you have to leave a few minutes early, so.
I hate it.
No, it's okay. It's business.
I love watching big men do damage on little guys.
This actually may be fun.
Tiki Barber here.
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah, those cheating allegations are nuts. Like, I've never actually heard that in my entire life. But, hey, you can tell by Tiki's response, he knows it's not true.
Keep my friend's name out your mouth.
Okay. Because if he knew deep down that John Fox was running some kind of cheating scheme, like, he would have almost been like,
go kiss ass.
Yeah. His response is more of, that's not true. That's crazy. By the way,
rookies are dumb.
I got you, bro. You can rewind to 1 o'clock to hear the full allegations that were levied at the 2000.
I think Russell Wilson's washed.
You're having fun back there, aren't you?
I am.
And you want to suck. And when you suck, guess what? People say you suck.
I think that was about the Vikings.
That's my favorite one, actually. How many more you got out there? You could just unload everything.
I got a lot here.
Keep going. Let's see what else we got.
You're dead to me.
Okay. I love you, too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We suck at this. We suck at this.
That doesn't even sound like Tiki.
Suck. Shut the hell up, Ryan Clark.
He took some shrapnel. You like that one back there?
Oh, it's so good.
Sean's figuring out the toys. And when you figure out the toys, it's a crazy world.
Hit and bust.
Let's go to Louie in Newark. Good afternoon, Louie.
Hey, fellas, how are you? First off, real quick, Tiki, I want to thank you. I grew up in a house with 6 brothers, and I used to make my big brother cry when I played Madden as you and ran the ball down his throat with you. I just want you to know that.
Nice.
But my point's about the Yankees. What have Yankee fans become that were just complacent with making the playoffs and not winning the World Series? And the reason Bellinger we were in dire need for Bellinger to come back is because we didn't do anything in the offseason. So when are we going to wake up and do what we used to do and win a World Series? I'll listen to you guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys.
People are bitching because they're bitches.
I get the point. And when I argued at 10 a.m., and it can be confusing, so I'm going to try to refix it here. They did not have a great offseason. I can't argue that. How can I sit here and tell you the Yankees had an amazing offseason? Did they do what they needed to do in the bare minimum sense? Sure. Like, they retained Cody Bellinger. They changed their bullpen. We all know bullpens are up and down, but Devin Williams and Luke Weaver had up and down seasons. And for the most part, didn't do anything else. They added Ryan Weathers. We'll see his impact. They added a pitcher in the Rule 5 draft. We'll see his impact. We'll even see if he makes the team. But the reason why, despite all of that, I believe the Yankees are positioned as a better team than they were a year ago. And in my opinion, as the team to beat in the league, is because the moves that Cash made at the trade deadline are helping you now, which is odd. Usually you make trade deadline moves like the Mets did, and those guys are here for a few months and they're gone. But your starting third baseman came via the trade deadline. Your starting shortstop to at least begin the season, in my opinion, and Jose Caballero, came at the trade deadline. Your closer came at the trade deadline. In all likelihood, your 8th inning guy came at the trade deadline. And so I'm not telling you the offseason's great, and I'm certainly not telling you you're heavy favorites. And if you wanted them to do more, God bless you, they could always do more. What I'm telling you is, just as an IBO, is you're good. In fact, I think you're the best in the league. Now, does that translate to winning? You got to go do it. But talent-wise, I'd put the Yankees up against anybody in the American League.
I'm not a Met fan, but I am in a Met chat.
I am a Yankee fan. I'm in a Yankee chat. Yeah, you're right. They're up against everybody in the American League, but they didn't clear the hurdles of the offseason. I mean, jeez.
Okay.
Tiki, your thoughts on that take?
Your sister's ass.
Wow. You're having a good time back there.
Me? I'm having a great time.
All right.
Things can happen so quirkily.
They can.
Where were these things pulled from?
I don't know.
At some point, you just have to swallow it.
Like, I am responsible for a lot of the clips that we have, but obviously not all of them, and certainly not these. I don't think I pulled any of these.
What's your favorite breakfast food?
That's a great question. I'd go with Cheerios.
Cheerios?
I love bacon, Evan.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Oh, God, I think I'm out.
It took you 10 minutes, but he's tapping out. John and Maspeth. What's up, John?
Fellas, how's it going? I got a two sport question, one for each of you.
Go.
Evan, as a Jets fan, and I'm a lifelong Niners fan, would you trade a second to get Mac Jones from us?
No.
And Sean, no. And Sean, we all know the Trent Grisham qualifying offer was a terrible mistake.
Uh-huh.
And in hindsight, would you rather, pay Grisham his $22 million, or would you rather have used the money to get Harrison Bader at $10 million a year and Pete Fairbanks at $13 million a year?
That's a good baseball question.
That is a good baseball question. I prefer that plan because I like the flyer on Pete Fairbanks at the back end of the bullpen at that price, and I don't think the drop-off's going to be massive. I'm against Tiki, where he thinks Grisham's going to have this great year.
He is in another contract year, and if you buy that the big years sometimes come off of contract years, he's got another one. I mean, that's the reality, and I don't know what to expect from Trent Grisham, which is why I made this prediction with you a while ago that I think Jason Dominguez will end up playing more games this season than Trent Grisham. Now, Trent Grisham's going to have to stink for that to happen, and Dominguez is going to have to perform to the point where he wins a job, but I believe he's going to be given the opportunity to play. He's just got to earn it. And it starts in spring training. It starts in 3 weeks. Like, he's got to hit in spring training. I know we minimize it. Like, spring training, what does it mean? It doesn't really mean much in terms of future performance, but it means something in terms of winning a job.
No, it does. It does. Maybe Trent Grisham will have an impact. Tiki, what do you think of the whole outfield?
Dogs.
All right. I mean, that's what he thinks.
And also to the Mac Jones thing, I'd bring in Mac Jones. I wouldn't do it for a second-round pick. Like, if I could give up a day 2 pick, a 5th-round pick.
Well, that's day 3.
Yeah, that's day 3. I was about to tell you.
Day 3.
Yeah, the days have changed.
No, hold on. All you picture when you give up a 3rd-rounder?
What was that?
You wouldn't give up a 3rd-rounder?
Nah, not for Mac Jones. Not for a temp at quarterback. Because that's what I view him as. And I think he's a solid temp, and I have no problem with him being on the roster as a bridge. But I'm not giving up a 3rd-round pick for a bridge. That's just...
So you'd rather sign a Kyler Murray?
Yeah, absolutely. Why am I giving up draft picks? Draft capital matters when you're trying to build a defense from scratch. No?
I guess that's fair.
I mean, and what is Mac Jones? Like, am I signing him as a lottery ticket because he's still relatively young, or do I kind of have an idea that he's probably at best a game manager?
Mac Jones is going to get viewed like Kyle Shanahan had Sam Darnold. Can he be Sam Darnold?
No, the answer is no. I don't think he could be Sam Darnold.
All right.
Do you?
No, but I also didn't think Sam Darnold was going to be Sam Darnold.
No, dude, you knew Sam had huge potential. Even when Mac was drafted by New England, didn't we all kind of view him as, okay, he's got a chance to be good? Sam always had a chance to be great. I don't think that's a fair comp at all.
But Mac made the playoffs in his first year, made a Pro Bowl. I know it was with Bill and the Patriots. I'm selling it like I'm a believer.
Did you ever view him as someone who could take it to that next level? I think he's a game manager, which is okay.
I didn't, but clearly people did, or he wouldn't have been a first-round pick.
By the way, Craig said something the other day, and I wasn't sure if he was trolling, but then I started thinking about it, because I guess that's what happens. I worked with him for a bunch of years. He says something dumb, and then I start, like, analyzing it like a geek, right? And so one of the things he said was...
You're a bunch of bitches.
Yeah. He said, this Super Bowl quarterback matchup is one of the worst ever. And I was like, that seems like too much. But then I started breaking it down. Like, in my head, I'm like, which are the worst? And now he's giving me the middle finger. Like, he hears me speaking. And so I was going through it, and I want to debate that with you and Tiki tomorrow.
Okay.
I spoke to Robert Saleh last night.
Like, because there are a lot of quarterback matchups that just suck. Like, can I give you one off the top of my head?
Okay.
Not the worst of all time, because the worst of all time is probably, Tiki's not here, Trent Dilfer against Kerry Collins.
Right. I mean, career-wise, Collins was really good that year. But
I'll give you one. Joe Flacco and Colin Kaepernick.
That's a great one.
Isn't that a great one?
That's a great one.
So credit to Craig, because even though I don't know if he was saying it to just troll on the Patriots and Sam Darnold, it did get me thinking, and it kept me up last night, where I came up with like 20 of them that I think are worse. I really did.
Now, by default, any one of those ones, like Brad Johnson, Rich Gannon. Gannon was an MVP kind of guy, but still, that's like...
Yeah, I think that's worse. I mean, Gannon had a great year, but he was a journeyman. Same thing with Brad Johnson. Like, I would put that as worse. Dude, Drake May's going to finish second in the MVP, and Sam put up massive numbers. If we're doing it based on today, it's actually a really good Super Bowl matchup. But to the point of Craig, where I give him some validity on this, is I mean, I don't know. Like, how good is Sam? You know, there's a level of it isn't Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady, which obviously may go down as one of the best when you think about it.
Yeah, that's true. Matt Hasselbeck.
Then you got a lot of the mismatches, like Peyton Manning against Rex Grossman.
Oh.
Like, you can't say it's a bad matchup, but you could say it's a mismatch. And how about this one? Because I've already forgotten. I think it's Chris Chandler, but hold on.
With the Falcons?
The Elway versus Atlanta.
Yeah, it was Chandler.
It was Chris Chandler. Okay. Another one. That's a mismatch. John Elway versus Chris Chandler.
That is a mismatch.
By the way, great job by Craig. You've totally worked my brain up for like hours on this.
You gave me a good train ride home deep dive.
Yeah, I know. Let's go to limo driver Ed. What's up, limo driver Ed?
Hey, guys. How you doing today? Listen, with Giannis, he's 31, and he's right now, he is Achilles injury away. I don't want him. And the guy's hurt every year.
It's a fair concern. Like, the calf injury is the gateway to the Achilles. And you are talking all-time bad if you made this trade and, God forbid, that happened. And that's why when Tiki said, I don't think the injury is real. Well, if it's not, he should have picked a better body part than the calf because the calf is scary. Make it a pinky injury. You know what I mean? Like, if there's an injury you want to make up, don't go to the calf because limo driver Ed brings up an absolutely fair concern. And if you rewind this show back to 11 a.m., you'll hear the concern of Giannis's attitude, of the debate he had 2.5 years ago about what's a successful season when he said there's no such thing as a failure. Those words won't work in New York.
A little bicep strain. Nobody thinks of it. You want to stay away from the legs with Giannis.
You think a bicep strain would cause less
worry?
Yeah,
it's basketball. Who cares? You have a bicep strain, you'll be all right.
The calf thing is freaky. Because, dude, the Kevin Durant thing all came from a calf injury.
Yeah.
So
Halliburton.
Yeah, that's right. He had a calf injury, too.
Yes.
Dude, it all starts there. It's nuts. Nick in Middletown. Hey, Nick.
Evan, how you doing?
Good.
Ev, I got an idea that's going to benefit this station and every listener. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, go ahead.
First, Ev, you are a man of your word. I will say in 2024, I was at DJ's. I came in last in fantasy, and I called in, and you did chug a grail with me. I don't know if you remember. You're the man.
I do. Thank you. That was fun. What else you got?
All right, Ev, here's my idea. So you remember back in the day when the Pope had the app, you had to pay $8.99 for God knows what?
Yes.
All right, I got an idea. Is there a way I can pay for an Evan and Tiki premium and more ass speaks less?
Oh, that's not nice.
Oh, he's now blocked.
I mean, for $8.99, like, he'll do it. For $8.99, sure, you got it. That's valuable that you're worth that. Carton shows up next. If you missed any of the show, download it on the Evan and Tiki podcast or rewind on the Odyssey app. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. See you.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Yesterday, reports came out that the Milwaukee Bucks are now willing to listen to trade offers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's time for the Bucks to move on from one of the best players in the NBA. It's the harsh reality for any small market team in the league. You draft a star, you hope you win, and at some point, they'll want to move on. There's nothing you can do about it. At least the Bucks got their title in 2021. I'm Chris Black.